You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Real guys, real sport, Bar TV.
Well, welcome everybody out there to Bar TV's live coverage of the Twilight T20 competition brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank. I'm Gareth Wazick here, commentating at number one sports ground with the enigmatic Peter Davis from 2HD. Peter, you're also an umpire. You're looking forward to this brilliant competition that Newcastle has running here in 2020 cricket.
Yeah, Gareth, nice to be here, mate. It's good to have the cricket back in 2016. And, the T20 comp's always exciting. And we're starting off with a couple of good teams, actually. The Uni boys, as we know, have done extremely well in the last 2 years, winning one and just going down the previous year. So, it should be a good game. And let's hope that, the Belmont side, they're probably a little bit underdone today, but we'll wait and see how they go.
Yes, well, in saying that as well, the university side, they drafted in a couple of players from the Maitland competition as well coming into the side. Obviously, the university side, it's uni holidays at the moment, so they've got players sort of going back to Tamworth up north, all that sort of stuff as well. But I'm very impressed by their lineup. They are the team to beat in this T20 competition this year.
Well, certainly they're certainly one of them. And as we know, this year there's a couple of marquee players that the clubs can bring in. So that's a great initiative, actually, where they can bring a couple of players in from out of this area. So so it should be very interesting to see how it all goes this season.
Yes, very good. And it looks like Littlewood has the ball in his hand out there, warming up, stretching up, limbering up. I'm told he likes to strut around with no shirt on at training as well, Peter. So that's one for the ladies out there.
Well, I've got to say that I've never seen that before, but I can imagine that he'd like that sort of thing. But anyway, he's moving in for the first delivery.
Facing up, Luke Stewart opening the batting. Nicely placed straight to the fielder though, and Marcus Hainsworth playing in at wicket-keeper today. Of course, Marcus, plenty of raps on him throughout the years as well. He had a few injuries last year. I think he burnt his hand and couldn't take place in this T20 comp last year. So it's interesting to see. He's a fast scorer of runs as well when he gets the bat in hands.
Yeah, he certainly is, and a good keeper as well. So he'll be looking forward to having a big game today.
Oh, they've gone up straight away, and he is out here at number one sports ground. Second ball of the day, Luke Stewart. He's out LBW. Quick to put the figure up there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think the umpire there, Terry Collins, I think it was, he put his finger up there. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things when you're umpiring cricket, Gareth, you've only got a split second to make your decisions, and particularly with LBWs, you haven't got a lot of time to make your decisions. So
we see the replay here, and the angle we've got here, look, well, he was definitely in front of the stumps, but didn't see what angle the ball had on it, but umpire again, happy with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Terry Collins.
Yeah, and as you say, where we're actually sitting here makes it very difficult because we're on our angle's not the greatest there. But he looked as though he didn't go very far forward there, so that was probably one of the things that was against him there. So that's a good start for Belmont, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Michael Rees coming out into the centre now. Getting his centre stump from the umpire, Terry Collins. Where's my head at the moment? Now, you're quite well known in cricket circles. What is the talk about this T20 competition, Peter? All the balls not nicely placed, but it beats the fielder, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with the new initiation of the pink cricket ball as well, I just had a look at it before the game started, and the seam on it, the seam on it looks a lot different to just the normal cricket ball. So it'd be interesting to see how that initiative goes during this competition as well.
Oh, he's hit that up high, and it'll beat the fielder. Could we see the first four of the game? Slides. Cuts it off nicely there in the outfield. So Uni showing their intent early on here. They'll look to play over the field during this power play, of course.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing with the power play. You've got to try and get as many runs on the board as you possibly can in that first 6 over period. So, and as you would know if you were watching the Big Bash over the last couple of weeks, they always mention the fact that power plays are extremely important. So, we're looking forward to seeing how many runs Uni can knock up in 6 overs at least.
Well, I'll take the quick one on that. That's good running between the wickets as well there. Reese looking to get off the mark with a quick single, does so. So now we've got Luke Bird up here.
Now Luke he's a bit of a dasher as well, so he can score runs pretty quickly here. So he'll be looking at trying to get off to a really fast start here. And as you can see, the field with the power play is a bit of a ring at the moment, so he's got plenty of options here on both sides of the wicket.
Yeah, well, from memory, I'm pretty sure he either scored 100 or was very close to 100 last year in a couple of those lead-up matches in this T20 competition. Of course, brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank.
Yeah, that's the end of the first over. That wasn't a bad over, actually, just 6 runs off it, so they'd be quite happy with that start as well. I think it's important in T20 cricket too that the rotation of the strike. You don't want to get too bogged down, too many dot balls. So if you can work on trying to rotate your strike and, at least make sure you nullify the dot balls, that'll go towards, having a pretty good score at the end of the 20 overs.
Yeah, that's right. Some of these kids get caught up in just going for the big bash, so to speak, don't they? Trying to get it over cow corner, hit it straight back over the head, or, the hook shot comes out, and some people even try the ramp, don't they? And we don't want to see that today.
Well, gee, there's all sorts of shots they're playing in T20 cricket these days. But the other thing with getting dot balls too is you tend to get bogged down, and then what happens is you can play yourself a rash shot, and that's the way a lot of players get themselves out. So in the early stages of the overs, I think it's important just to rotate the strike and try and get as many runs as you possibly can.
So again, looking to rotate those strikes. They're looking for 2. It would have been very close if they had taken that on there.
And of course, this end we've got Jace Lawson. He's a very experienced left-arm bowler for Belmont. Played with the club for many seasons as well. So this could be an interesting few overs from Jace. He just needs to keep it nice and full, and try and tempt the Uni players into a false shot.
And he's coming in now. And this is going to be caught in the deep. That's a fine catch. The shot was there, but so was the player, I guess.
Yeah, well, he kind of picked the man out down there, didn't he? And that was the ball was fairly short, so I guess in some respects there he may have mishit that ball because that could have easily have flown for 6. But that was good fielding placing there by the captain.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely not happy with that. Is he, Michael Reese? Is he shaking his head as he comes from the field? Replacing him out there in the middle now, Matthew Gawthorpe.
Yeah, the captain of university this year, Matt Gawthorpe. So he'll be looking also to try and get himself off the mark straight away. 2 for 7 or whatever the score is at the moment. You're wanting to be trying to get a partnership together now. You don't want to be losing another 2 or 3 wickets now, because otherwise you'll find yourself in a whole stack of trouble early on.
Yeah, well, Uni probably didn't expect themselves to be in this position halfway through the second over. Lawson picking up a very valuable wicket there in Reese.
That's the beauty of T20 cricket. That's the thing that I like about it most as well, is it's you don't know what's going to happen. You think that one side will have it over the other side, but if you bowl well, if you can really bowl your lines, you have a chance of taking any game really.
Yeah, man in deep, extra cover there coming around. Well, that was very close. Good running between wickets.
Yeah, that was very good running from both players there, and that's what they need to do is you need to pick your man out and make sure that you're running, between the wickets as hard and fast as you can, because as the old saying goes, Gareth, you've always got to run that first one hard if you can. It makes the second one a lot easier.
Gee, no one taught me that. That's why I'm up here, mate. He's blocked that one. Oh. Chocked it out, picking up another single. So again, rotating the strike, and that's all they really need to do early on. Just pick up those early singles, easy singles, and then it'll build, and then hopefully the runs will pile on, those last 6 overs.
Yeah, that's what I think most teams look at. They try and lay that platform, and then they go for broke and go for leather, I guess, as you say, for the last 5 or 6 overs. So I'd be interested to see what the feedback is here on the pink ball after the game, what the players think of it, as Jace Lawson comes back in.
I think they'll say it's pink.
Yeah, I'll just be interested to see what they think about the bounce and all that sort of stuff of the pink ball, and if it actually swings and all that sort of stuff. So it should be an interesting to get their feedback on that one.
Well, having a look at the pitch early on as well, it was very green out there. There's not much dryness out there, I guess, with all the wet we've had over the last few weeks. Not allowed to dry up too much, but the outfield is cut very, very fine, and that's cut very, very fine. That's going to go all the way to the boundary. So that's the first 4 of the match.
Yeah, good shot, and when it's a bit wide, you've got to make sure you try and get some bat on it, and Matt Gortrop certainly did that, and that's what Uni need to do. They need to keep building up this innings, and I guess each team has a bit of an idea where they should be after a certain amount of overs, and what score they'd like to be. Maybe after 6 overs, and then maybe after 10, and they sort of work their way down towards the end of the 20 overs.
Yeah, well, they're going at 7 at the moment. That's pretty good early on, considering they've lost 2 wickets as well. A couple of dot balls too. Oh, he's met that on the full, and that's nicely whipped away off the hip for 4.
Yeah, full toss there. Not the sort of ball that you want to be bowling in T20s, because that's what normally happens, particularly when you've got the field in nice and close early on. You just got to bowl those lines as much as you possibly can. So, but, it happens sometimes. The ball may slip out of your hands.
Oh, Luke Bird definitely looks like he's going to make a show of it here today.
Oh, I think he's one of those players that doesn't like to hang around too long, and he can score very quickly. And that's the thing about the way he plays his cricket. And not just T20 cricket, he just plays his cricket like that normally.
Well, he's got his 3 regulation singles for the match, so he's swinging the bat now, finds the gap again. They will cut it off before it reaches the boundary, and they'll get 2 for that one.
Yeah, it just probably needs to try and get his lines on the offside here as much as he can. He's got probably a little bit more protection there on the offside, so if he can just get it on off stump, might make it a bit easier.
Yeah, well, the Uni guys have been kind enough to supply Decisive for us, and they call him the Bomber, such as his batting style. And that's come in nicely as well, just restricting them there.
So Luke Bird's the Bomber, is he?
Well, that's his batting style.
Oh, okay. I've never heard his batting style described as that.
Reinventing the wheel out there.
There you go.
In the Twilight T20 competition here at Number 1 Sports Ground, and he gets himself in position there, and that's a nicely played shot. I thought it may have gone over the fence there, but umpire disagrees. Us went for 4.
Yeah, that one just held up in the pitch a little bit too. Made it a lot easier. It sort of.
Well, you can see the wind. The wind here, you can't see it at home. The wind is blowing sort of from the south, I guess, and straight into Littlewood's face at the moment. Oh, he's gone for that one too. That could be over the fence, is it? No, 4 again, so he's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, he certainly is. That was another full toss. So I don't think Mark would be all that happy with that over. He'd be trying to make sure that he tries and hits the deck as much as possible. But I think the last one before that one, it just sort of stood up and looked at him, and Luke Bird just said, "Thank you very much. I'll capitalise on that one."
Yeah, definitely. He certainly had a lot of time, didn't he? And Littlewood's no slouch with the ball in his hand, so that win definitely a factor in the bowling up there from the Market Town end here at Number 1 Sports Ground. So Lawson will be coming in for his second here. 30 runs off 3 completed overs. You're going to be very happy with this.
Yeah, well, as you say, they lost a couple of early wickets, but if you continue scoring runs, it sort of nullifies it just a little bit. But you don't want to be losing too many wickets in consecutive overs. You just want to be making sure that this is the partnership that builds a bit of a foundation for the blokes that come in later on, who can just sort of have a bit of a hit around.
So just getting their field placements set here, the Belmont side. Oh, beat the bat. Good pace shown. Good bounce as well.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the ball you need to be bowling here today. Just nice length, a good area. I think if you pitch short here, it's just going to sit up and they're just going to be able to hit it pretty easily. So he needs to try and see if he can keep his lines and bowl as many of those as he can.
Again, they got the deep cover in play, and he's going to come around now to cut that one off for 4. Nicely placed, though, by the batsman there from the uni side. Oh, thrown over the wicket keeper. Marcus Hainsworth not really showing intensity out there, was he? He didn't really want to jump for that.
No, maybe he's had a long trip from work and he's still in work mode at this stage, but I'm sure he'll switch on pretty quickly.
Well, he doesn't do much at work either, I've got some reliable sources on that one too, and that's nicely whipped away over the top. Is it going to make it to the boundary? It's going to struggle to get there. And they only pushed for 2 runs, was it?
Yeah, just the 2.
Oh, they did get 3.
Oh, 3, was it?
Producer just hit me in the head.
Yeah, just the 3, yeah.
With his rolled up piece of paper and laughed at me.
The other thing with the bowling too in the T20s, as I've noticed as well, is if you can vary your bowling.
Oh, that's nicely struck, but man placed out there.
Yeah, if you have a good arsenal of bowling, like if you've got a quicker one, you've got a slower one, it just makes it a lot harder for the batsman to try and pick what's coming next. So you can't sort of be one-paced in T20 cricket, otherwise you'll find yourself in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, exactly right. As Lawson comes in again. I think he got a bit of bat on that before it struck his pads there. But they get a single out of it anyway.
So far we've got 7 off this over, which has not been a bad over so far. So he'll want to be trying to minimise the runs for the rest.
Yeah, they started Tyler. Oh, he's had a big swing at that one too, hasn't he? He's certainly opening up his arms, his shoulders.
Yeah, that was a good over, that one. And now, I guess the thing for the next over is to try and keep the pressure on. I think some teams can have a good over, and then they sort of next over they don't bowl as well. So it's all about having consecutive pressure on your team.
Well, there's a change of bowling. Littlewood taking himself out of the play there. And it's blowing so hard here at number 2 that the fixed camera that we operate from, of course we're running quite a few cameras around the ground here today, it's actually shaking. So gale force winds. No rain in sight though, so that's a good thing. The game will keep going.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, it's actually, for the players anyway, it's cooled down a bit since this morning it was quite warm, and I know that the players would be enjoying the fact that they can have a bit of cooler weather to play a bit of T20 cricket here today, so they'd be quite happy about it.
Yeah, certainly at midday it was about 40 degrees down at the beach. I was working on my tan.
You're looking pretty good too at the moment, Gareth. You've done a pretty good job. Not too much sunscreen today?
No, not today. Of course, always slip, slop, slap. SPF 30. And a bit of zinc too to go with it. Of course, if you do want to get in the game, get involved in the coverage, at Bar TV Sports on Twitter.
Yeah,
and that's
good
a
shot.
nice shot there too. Not clearing the rope, but another 4. Oh, it did clear the rope.
Yeah, good shot.
That was the only one I thought that didn't clear the rope there, Peter.
Yeah, no, excellent shot. And that's no surprise from Luke Bird. As you say, he's the bomber of the team, so he'll be out there to try and hit as many bombs as he can in the next few overs to try and keep this run rate up. And if they can score 180, 190 here, I mean it's going to be a good score.
As we see there, yeah, he's definitely
good shot,
cleared that.
wasn't it?
The pink ball.
And the ball wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't as if it was a bad ball. It was a ball that was nicely pitched up, but it was just a good shot, really was.
That's nicely placed through the field. It might find the boundary again. Yes, it will. So that's another 4 to add to the tally there of Bird. Certainly on fire at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, well, two good shots and 10 runs off 2 balls too. So this is working out to be a very good over. I think the thing about being the captain of any T20 team, it's really hard to work out which way you're going to go with your bowlers. So it's not that easy. It's not that easy. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets another over at this end.
Oh, nicely bowled there, beating the bat. Of course, if you are listening in at home on Bar TV and you want to come to the game, it's free entry to come here at the T20, the Twilight competition, and there's a fairly healthy crowd for this first match here today.
Yeah, there is. And the other thing too is that again, it's on tomorrow and on Thursday as well, so there's plenty of opportunity for people to come down and watch a bit of T20 cricket.
Leading to bigger things, do you think? A BBL team in Newcastle?
Well, I mean, that's probably something that they would like to happen probably the next 5 to 10 years. So, and I mean, the talent here in Newcastle, is certainly very strong. So, there is a big chance that it could happen down the track, and I'm sure that if it happens, they'll be a pretty competitive outfit.
Yes, of course, we've got young Ben Homer down on the boundary, our boundary rider here today. Ben, if you're with us at the moment, give us a wave. How are things down on the boundary, mate?
Yeah, as you said, Gareth, it is very windy down. Have you got me? Is it coming through?
What's that, Ben?
It's very windy, as you said, down here on the sideline.
Oh, look, mate, you're going to have to repeat yourself.
It's still not coming through.
Just kidding, Benny. We've got you loud and clear, mate. So
You can't joke with me like that.
It's windy down there. Very good.
The pitch looks good. Pitch looks good as well, and Uni has started really nicely.
Yeah, good. And Uni look very calm down there in their bunker.
They do. One thing I just want to add is Luke Bird, round 1, Uni played Belmont. He made 92.
Well, he's going close today, Ben, as I cut you off there, and that's a nice shot, not quite making the boundary. Yeah, really, he's made a 92 so far as the ball comes in. Nicely run between the wickets again there as well.
Yeah, and that was against Belmont as well. So obviously they don't like Luke Bird loves playing Belmont, and they don't enjoy bowling to him. So it's going to be an interesting battle to see how many he can make today.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for that, Ben. Of course, we'll be cutting to Ben throughout the match. Nice flat bat shot there.
Yeah, change of bowler here too. Ray Cooper's bowling at the moment as well for Belmont. And Ray's had a couple of good seasons recently for the club too, so he'll be looking to, trying to capitalise and make sure he tries to minimise these runs as much as possible.
Oh, he's dived there. Close. It would have been very close if he had to hit the mark, but unfortunately there. They're home here, the Uni side, and it's 2 for 53.
Yeah, that was a sneaky single, wasn't it? Very sneaky. Very sneaky indeed. And those are the sort of singles at the end of the game you look back on and think, well, all those singles that we ran that probably weren't runs have certainly made the difference. So at the moment they're doing pretty well.
Oh, he's put that in short and he's reached for it there. As ugly all round, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a wide one, that one from Ray. So I think he needs to get the lines right here. I think short on this pitch, probably not the way to go today. But anyway, we'll wait and see what he comes up with next. But if I was him at the moment, I'd be probably just trying to pitch him up a bit.
It was almost a 3 in the morning ball, wasn't it? Ugly. We don't want to get to the 4:30 a.m. because that's disgraceful. Well, he's banged in the same ball there, so getting close to the body, just struggling to get himself some room there, Bird.
Yeah, that's it. That was such a different ball to the last one where he was actually into the body of the batsman. So if he's going to bowl that line, I think that's the way to go. But anything outside off stump, and he could find himself in all sorts of trouble here. because, as I said before, the ball's just sort of standing up waiting to be hit.
Does he go third time lucky?
Well, this will be interesting, won't it? Let's see what he does here.
Oh, he's got him. He's out. Bird is out. That's a good ball. Pitched it right up. Couple of short balls. Drew him in. And that is out. Bird looked in fine form. And Cooper has taken the wicket.
And good catch from Marcus Hainsworth there too. So well done to Ray Cooper. And yeah, I think the ball before into the body. And then that one, of course, Luke Bird just went, well, okay, this is going to have to go, this one. And unfortunately, he got a nick there, and he's gone.
As we see the replay there, and yeah, again, good catch by Hainsworth. Obviously, that fire damaged hand he has is playing no havoc behind the gloves.
No, he caught that very comfortably, didn't he? So he'd be extremely happy with that one.
Well, let's see if young Ben Homer down there can get an interview with Bird. He was in a good nick, but unfortunately didn't quite get the spoils there.
And whilst we're waiting for that, coming into bat now for the uni team's Tim Prescott.
Yeah, Tim as well. He's in some pretty good form himself. As we see there, the uni side. There's Bird on your screen.
The thing about Tim is he's a really good all-round cricketer. He can bat, certainly bat, and I think his bowling's one of his strengths as well.
Oh, he's definitely got a bit of zip here, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's the line.
Young Cooper.
That's where you need to be bowling here today, I think, right there. And if you can keep it consistent there, the batsmen are going to have some troubles getting you away.
So the score, 3 for 53, a wicket in that over. Cooper coming on. Good change there by the captain.
Yeah, I think we have another change at the other end as well, which I thought was going to happen.
I'd like to see maybe them use a spinner from that end, just hold the ball up in the air and see the reach for it a little bit.
Yeah, well, a lot of conjecture about how spin bowlers would go in the T20s, particularly when the Big Bash started a few years ago. People were saying, oh, it could be the end of the spinner, but in actual fact, if you've been watching the games as well... I
don't know if you just saw the wind there.
Yeah. If you've been watching the Big Bash games, the spinners are doing extremely well. So it's good to see that even the slower bowlers are getting something out of T20 cricket at the moment.
Well, those fig trees look like they're almost toppling over. So, call the activists, Pete.
Yeah, you think we should bring them in?
Why not? And that's a better line here. And we're going to go to Ben Homer, the boundary rider down with Bird.
Yeah, I'm down here with Luke Bird. Luke, how'd you find it out there today?
Yeah, it wasn't easy early on. The wicket was a little bit tacky, I think. There's a fair bit of grass on it, so anything on a length is pretty hard to hit. So I was a bit lucky, I think, so I got a lot of full balls that I could get away.
Now, you when you played Belmont round 1, you made 92. What's the thing when you play Belmont? What's the secret?
A lot of luck, mate. It was a road at Waratah that day, and it was a pretty small boundary, so I was lucky to get a couple out of the screws. And yeah, today I prefer it when the field's up, so I can go over. So yeah, hopefully the two can kick on for a while, and we've got a couple of wickets towards the end.
A really, really good start. What score are you looking at?
It's quite difficult because the wicket is really tacky. I'd say after losing a couple of early wickets, I think anything above 130 is pretty good on this wicket. It is a big ground as well, so I think if we can get anything over 130, 140, we'll be pretty happy with that.
Well, good luck, Luke, and thanks for chatting to Bar TV.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for that, Ben. Nicely done and nicely played off the leg there. It's going to race away. No, he's going to cut it off down on the boundary. Of course, if you want to get in the coverage, at Bar TV Sports on Twitter, hashtag Bar TV Sports. Follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Bar TV Sports as well. And how can we follow you, Peter?
Well, you can follow me on a Sunday morning on my radio show on 2HD Newcastle between 8 and 11 a.m. Gareth. So if you want to tune into a bit of Talkback Radio, give us a call anytime.
Certainly will. I thought you were going to say if you want to follow me on Sunday down at the beach or
Oh, look,
I didn't know it was going to be the full-blown plug just then, Peter, but
that's okay.
we love it anyway. Love the show and love to have you here for Bar TV Sports as well.
Yeah, no,
we
it's
see the
okay.
crowd out there. Capacity here at number one. Number one hasn't seen stuff like this since '99 Grand Final. So just
Yeah. Sorry, mate. It was interesting to see what Luke Bird was saying about the wicket, and you could just tell that it was holding up a fair bit. And as he said there, it was 130, 140. He reckons is a decent score here. So if they can get over that, it'll be very hard for Belmont to run them down probably.
Yeah, it was a crucial wicket there for Belmont. You can see now the new partnership in. Bird certainly had himself set. They're going to try and push for runs here, and that's great running between the wickets again by the University squad.
Yeah, well, what normally I think happens after you lose a wicket is you've got to go back to trying to build another partnership. So in some respects, when you're on a bit of a roll, you lose a wicket, then you sort of start from scratch again and then try and build your way back up. And the thing about it is, Uni have got plenty of overs to go to put a pretty good total on the board here.
Just in from the producers, well, there are storms expected around 6 and 7 o'clock, which is new news, because before early on the day when we checked the radar, it looked like it was going to be clear tonight. So let's hope they stay away here.
Yeah, I was looking at the forecast actually, and I think on Thursday too, there's the chance of maybe a bit of unfriendly weather too. So that should make things interesting. But let's hope it sort of stays away.
Yeah, nicely placed down there, but there's a man there to cover that one off, and again getting the ball in, whipped in nicely.
Yeah, well, there's a single down there all day, so if he can guide the ball down there, he'll get a run there all the time, because that player right on the boundary there is just going to make it heaps easier just to rotate that strike. And we were talking about that earlier on in the coverage, that rotation of the strike in T20 is extremely important.
Whoa, he's bounced something so high, it would have hit Bruce Reid in the head then.
Yeah, that's a no ball, and that's now a free hit.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Let's see the free hit. Ride the horse, Mr. Marjorie Banks.
And of course, just an explanation for those people who don't know, free hits are not just for front foot these days, it's any no ball. So if you bowl a no ball in T20 cricket, basically you're looking at a free hit next ball. And here we go. Wonder what's going to happen here.
That's what's going to happen right there. He's going to get it over the top of the infield. It's going to race away 4-4. So made good use of the free hit there.
Yeah, it just went across the boundary, that one actually. I followed that one through, and yeah, it's definitely a 4. So 4 runs there to Gawthrop. So good shot, and that's what you got to do with free hits. You got to take advantage of them when they come along, because they don't, in this form of the game, they don't really come along too often.
Yeah, definitely Gawthrop with his experience there, showing what he can do when he lights up. But just setting himself here, getting himself, he's going to be the one that they need to anchor down and get some big runs off here today. Oh, they beat the bat there. Good ball.
Yeah, I think in T20 cricket, I think it's important that you have at least one player that can go through the whole innings, the 20 overs. If you can have someone that can stay there for the duration of the 20 overs, you're going to clock up a big score. So, and I think that's what a lot of the teams will be looking at. Just someone to stay there, work it around, get the odd 4, the odd 6 if they can get it, but just try and stay there for the whole 20 overs.
They'll go for the quick one again. It'll be close. Just sliding there, the fielder.
Yeah, that was good running. Another quick single, and they make the difference at the end of the day. If you can pinch a few throughout the innings, it'll certainly tally up a fairly reasonable score. So, and I think with these two out here at the moment, they're key to sort of hanging around as much as they possibly can, and try and build a bit of a platform. As we said before, Gareth, the last probably 6 overs, that's when a lot of teams start to go for it.
That's a nice shot there, just turning with the ball.
Yeah, just clicking the runs over, just doing the strike, Make sure that you don't get bogged down. Not too many dot balls. I think a lot of teams get themselves in trouble when they play this form of the game, where they tend to get bogged down a little bit, and they're trying to get off strike, and they play a shot they probably wouldn't normally play, and then they get themselves out, and that can really halt your momentum as well.
Beating the bat again, so it's a mixed over there. Score 3 for 67.
So they're going, 10 plus and over at this stage. So what's that, 7 overs gone?
7 overs completed,
Yeah, so they're going about 10 and over, roughly, if you work it out. A little bit over 9. So if they keep that up for the whole innings, that 130, 140 should be no problem whatsoever, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Even higher. They've got a few wickets in hand. If they can keep this partnership going, as we see a bit of skateboard action down there. No shoes, though. Where are the parents? No helmet. They're pretty rad up Newcastle West.
Well, let's hope the parents at home watching Bar TV today, Gareth, just watching the cricket, eh?
Very good. Oh, he's got around there, tried the big shot, but it's found the fielder.
And the good thing about after the power plays, you can have those fielders out too. So that's why you've got to try and get as many runs in those first 6 overs as you possibly can, because then the field starts to spread out.
Gawthorpe goes for it again. Finds the same man. Of course, Gawthorpe, as we found out last year, tried out for hot shots in
I didn't know
the male review.
And no good?
Well, he's here playing cricket, so I guess he didn't get on the tour.
No, obviously not. But look, worth a try, I guess, eh?
Everyone's got to have a dream, Pete. And that is a good shot. And, goes for 4. Close to a 6, though. It looks like they've got the boundary in a little bit further this year. Out a little bit further.
It's I think it's a little bit different to previous years, as far as I can work out anyway. But that was another pretty good shot, and it was just a little bit wider of the fielder there, who came around fairly quickly, but still beat him across the boundary there. So.
We'll go to the replay here. It comes in and didn't even raise a sweat there to look for a run, did he?
Yeah, hard for the fielder out there too when you're running across the boundary line trying to a ball that's going so quickly. So it was a pretty good effort from the fielder, but just beat him across the boundary.
Oh, is he bowled? Yes, he is. He's going to walk away. Got him around his legs. Tried the cheeky little sweep around the corner, and the ball, cheekily enough, hit the stumps.
Yeah, well,
what do you say there?
Well, he just completely missed that altogether. Really,
poor shot.
And I think he was very surprised himself there, trying to work it down, down to that area, and unfortunately, he's just. Probably come across that ball a bit too far, and he's just exposed his leg stump, and it's hit leg stump there. So that's the wicket that Uni probably didn't want to lose at this stage.
Yeah, he just got a bit of movement off the seam there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think his front foot was
cut back.
It was way across, too far across. It wasn't in line with the ball, and that was the reasons why it hit his leg stump there. So he exposed his leg stump, and if you miss. You pay I guess you pay the penalty, don't you?
You do pay the penalty. The arm, the bat goes under the arm, and you make the long walk back to the boundary, and all the way back to see our man down on the ground. Our boundary rider down there, Ben Homer. Ben, how are you looking down there?
We'll see. I'll be with you in a sec. See how we go.
You got to hustle down there. As we go back to the action.
And the new batsman in is number 1, Liam McKechnie. He's in for University.
Yeah, Liam McKechnie it is.
Yeah, I think, as I said before, just losing that wicket probably at the wrong time. They would have liked those two to have stayed probably for at least another 4 or 5 overs and just built that platform. Just losing that wicket is again hold of their momentum a bit here. But if they can just keep rotating that strike, as I keep saying, not get bogged down as you come in as a new batsman. It's T20 cricket looks easy from here, Gareth. It looks an easy game, but it's not an easy game at all.
No, that's right. Well, it might be an easy game for the new man in, Liam McKechnie. They call him the entertainer in the locker room, so let's see if he can entertain down there as we...
Yeah, well, I've heard a few stories about Liam McKechnie, actually, which I'm not going to obviously tell here, but I think the entertainer tag suits him, to be honest.
Very good. And he's got gentle net medium pace as well when he gets the ball in hand.
Well, I've seen his bowling as well, and yeah, I think gentle's very kind.
And there's a bit of a challenge out there for this University side. He's leading as Mahoney 3-0 in their go long and hit some big fat dogs challenge, which are sixes over there at University. Who knows what goes on in those dorm rooms? I mean, well, I do. I've been to Callaghan myself, so I can only imagine what goes on these days with these kids.
Yeah, I probably don't want to think about that, to be honest with you. But the thing is, it's like anything with cricket, as long as you enjoy yourself and have some fun as well. I mean, that's what's part of the game too.
Well, Pete, I know who's having fun, and that's our boundary rider, Ben Homer, down there. Ben, what have you got for us, buddy?
I've got Uni's captain, Matt Gawthrop. Matt, how'd you find it out there?
The wicket's not really as bad as I sort of thought it was. Sort of that length area it's sort of doing a little bit because there's a bit of grass on it, but I suppose it's just getting used to that pink ball, really. We sort of got off to a sort of mixed start. We lost a couple of wickets, but we also scored at a good rate, so I think we're in a pretty good position. I'd like to get 150, I reckon, on this. And
How different and how hard is it to adapt to the pink ball? Is it quite difficult?
it's not a problem with seeing it. It's just I think you hit hundreds of balls in the nets with red or white balls, and I think it's just getting used to that different thing coming down at you. So it's not really that hard. It didn't really swing as much as I sort of thought it would. But yeah, I think we're off to a good start. Couldn't ask for a better start at the moment, so pretty happy.
And just quickly, the outfield, is it pretty slow out there?
Yeah, well, I was sort of saying to a couple of boys, like the pink ball, it sort of doesn't feel like you're hitting it as hard as you usually do. There was a few there where I sort of felt that I hit them pretty hard and they didn't really go anywhere, and vice versa. There was the odd one where I sort of just got a little bit of bat on it, went for four. So
yeah, that free hit really held up sort of the mid-wicket boundary over that far side.
yeah, definitely. There was a few of them, like even Birdie got onto a few at the start there, and they didn't go for six, which I sort of thought off the bat there. The six is probably wind as well, doesn't help, but other than that, the ball doesn't really do that much, I don't reckon.
Well, Matt, good luck and thanks for chatting to Bar TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks down there, Ben the boundary rider. Well done. Getting all the scoops, all the exclusives for us here at Bar TV. A bit of confusion there in the running. Of course, we've got a new bowler on. Pete?
Yeah, I think it was a missed opportunity there for run out, and it was interesting to see what Matt Gawthrop had to say about the pink ball there. I tend to think that some of the players think the ball's going to swing it a bit more, but for what he was saying there, just a bit of feedback, it looks as though it's not really swinging much at all. So that's interesting.
Well, if you can't swing it in this wind, it's not going to swing anywhere, is it? It's a rock.
Yeah, well, I was looking at it, as I said earlier on, at the start of just before the start of play, and it just looks different to a normal. I mean, fair enough, it's a different colour, but the ball just looks different to me. The seam just looks, it just looks different as well. So I mean, it's a good concept, and it's good to see that Newcastle Cricket has it as well.
It actually feels like a Rubik's Cube when I picked it up. Oh, he's beat the bat well there.
Yeah, good line. Yeah, no, it does. And for those who haven't seen the pink ball yet, if you get a chance, just have a good look at it and see what you think. For those people who are watching at home, if you get an opportunity to have a look at the pink ball, I think you'll be fairly surprised on what it actually looks like.
And again, nicely placed. Picking up a couple here. It's going to be close. And I think he has got him. Has he got him?
No, he's home.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good running. Very
great
good
running, but equally good glove work by Hainsworth there.
Well, it was actually good cricket all round. It was good running from the uni batsman and also some good fielding there from Belmont too. And it was pretty close. It was a pretty close one, but I think he was home at the end of the day. And of course, Gareth, we've got some pretty exciting games coming up in the next couple of days, haven't we?
Yeah, you can come down to number 2 Sports Ground and enjoy the cricket down here.
And I think the game on tomorrow, if I can just remember, I think it's Merriweather playing Charlestown, so that should be a really good game.
It is Merriweather Charlestown. It was a good game last year as well. I believe they played here in this competition, and that is a long shot down the ground for a 6. It's cleared the fence. It's dented some cars, and that's what you like to see at number 1.
As the old saying goes, he hit that one out of the screws, didn't he? It was a great shot, and it's just that difference that makes if you can get 1 6 per over in your innings. It certainly builds up that total. So it's one of those things with cricket and T20. If you can work on getting at least one of those per over, or at least a 4 per over, it'll make a difference to your total at the end.
Oh, again, dead ball again. So the bail coming off, but it's havoc out there.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare for umpires and also players when there's a strong wind around, and in some cases, if it's that bad, you can actually take the bails off. You can play without the bails on.
And again, do you think it's his booming run up? That's the 3rd time it's happened this over.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what the umpires are going to do here. Maybe have they taken them off? Yeah, they've taken them off completely. So that's a good decision. Otherwise, all you're doing all day is just putting bails on and off. And I think that was a good decision by the umpires there.
He's leant back into that shot. It's going to be close again. But again, great running by this uni side. This is why they've been at the top of this T20 tournament the last 3 years, I guess.
Yeah, because they think about their cricket and think about what they're going to do, and they try and get those quick singles, those sneaky singles as well. So if you can keep doing that, it's going to make a difference. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of players and a lot of teams, they don't work on that quick singles enough. They tend to that sort of tends to let them down sometimes. So it's the old hit and run. It's like the old tip and run of the old days there, Gareth. You just sort of tip it and run, off you go.
One hand, one bounce. I can't wait till they bring that in. So 9 overs completed, 4 for 91. This is a really good run rate, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll be scoring more than 130. I'd say good projection would at least be 150, 160, or it could even actually be more if they keep this run rate going.
So they've got 4 men out. Oh, he's rocked on the back foot, and that has cleared the fence. Cleared the boundary rope into the fence. I thought it came off that white car over there. Would have been a nice little pink cherry.
Yeah, it was, and that's one of those balls too that you're wondering if that was going to be above the waist, that one. So it can be a bit of an umpire killer when it comes to the above the waist, because the ball, it's funny, you're standing at square leg and it looks as though it's over the waist, but sometimes the ball can be dropping, and by the time it gets to the batsman, it actually is below the waist. So sometimes it can be very difficult at square leg.
Maybe pink waistbands could be the next innovation here. So looking to attack the spinner here.
Yeah, good thing about the spinners, they get an opportunity just to take the pace off the ball. When you're faced a few of the faster bowlers, spinner comes on. As a batsman, you've got to start thinking about where the runs are, and in this scenario here, there's a lot of singles around, so that's what they should be looking for.
Well, they'll pick up another one there, just getting past the bowler's fingertips. Couldn't quite get down to that one.
I think it also comes down to if you're good enough when you've got the spinners on, that if you can get at least one single and over, that's six in the over. But if you can get a bonus with a 4 or maybe a 6, that really does help too.
Oh, he's tossed that one up as well and didn't get it away. I thought he might have got that one away as well.
Yeah, well, he was
dropped
looking,
on him.
Yeah, just sort of dropped on him there. See how he goes this one.
So they'll be happy just with the one there. That takes them to 100 runs. And they've done it fairly quickly.
Yeah, they have. And if they continue to keep this up, it'll be 180, 190 for sure. I think he may have got something on that, hasn't
Did he get something on that? I thought he...
No, it's a wide, so yes, he missed that.
Hainsworth missed it, let's be
So,
fair.
Yep, fair enough.
Hainsworth obviously wanting to shout his team later on. Tough job being a wicketkeeper though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not one of the easiest jobs you could possibly ever have.
Oh, he's hit that down the ground.
So this is working out to be a pretty good over for Uni.
Oh, looking for the quick one there, but not going for it that time. I thought it was on.
No, and he actually's bowled pretty well.
He has bowled well that over. He's restricted them a few runs.
Yeah, but as we know, it can be tough for spinners in this form of the game, because obviously, you know, when the spinner comes on, the first thing you're thinking of is, oh well, here we go, here's a chance to get a few runs. But just taking the pace off the ball can make a difference too, and you can get yourself into a situation where you play a false shot. So you just got to watch that one, I think, when you're batting.
Yeah, so it's 4 for 106. They're tracking. You know, they could get 200 runs if they keep these wickets in hand. They get a strong partnership here through the next 5 or so overs.
Yeah, well, that's what they'll be looking at, is to try and keep this partnership going as long as they possibly can. And then, you know, the last 2 or 3 overs really go for it.
And he hasn't got... Yes, he has. He's got that over the boundary for another 6. It looked like he just tapped that over, didn't he?
Yeah, nice shot. I tell you what, Gareth, they've got some good bats these days. They've got some unbelievable bats, and in some respects, you see some of the players, some of the modern players these days, they just tap the ball, don't they, and it just races away, and that was a good shot.
He's gone down and driven that one. We'll just get the single there, but great start to the over again for University.
And of course, Lee McKechnie this season has scored 100 too, so he's got up a ton this year, which will do a lot for his confidence too. I've always thought that Liam was a confidence player, so they're doing the world of good.
We just feel that Tim Prescott will be the guy that they build the partnership around. He'll be quite content to just push the ball around. And
yeah, you've got to have, as I said earlier on, you just got to have that one person who can just hang around and try and bat the 20, and if he can stay around, they'll score a big score.
Whoa! I'll tell you what, they are big bats. In 1977, that bat would have gone all the way to the boundary, but it stops just short of the circle here, 10 metres away.
Yes.
Where he was standing.
Yeah, no, I've watched a couple of the BBLs in the last week or so, and I'm just trying to think, was it Sammy? Was he the one that was? Just trying to think of the West Indian player that is having troubles with his bat, and he keeps losing the bat.
And there we go. There we see it. He's out anyway. No one caught the bat, but it didn't take the bails off either, because there's no bails.
Yeah, well, that was a wicket they probably didn't want to lose there. As we were just talking just before that ball, they would have liked him to hang around a little bit longer, but now they've just got to keep this run rate going, and if they can, work on that 8, 9, 10 and over from here, they will, post a pretty good score, a very good score actually.
As looking down to see where our boundary rider is, looks like he's got his feet up out there, enjoying the sun, enjoying the wind. Benny, how are we going down there?
We're going good. I'm just waiting to take his gear off. I don't want to.
Oh, stop
him.
it! Really?
Oh, sorry.
Don't be sorry, mate. We're free thinkers here at Bar TV, Benny.
I stitched myself up there.
Unstitch yourself. Yeah, just get back to us when you've got him, mate. Good work by our boundary rider there, Ben Homer.
New batsman number 11 is Lincoln Mills for our viewers at home. So now I think it's really up to Liam McKechnie to try and stick around and try and get the runs.
Well, he's got some runs in him, that's for sure, and that's nicely hit. They'll get a couple. So that'll be the end of the over. Another good over there. 10 runs off it, was it? 5 for 115, 9 runs off that over. So
Yep.
we'll go down to our boundary rider, Ben Homer. Ben, who have we got, and is he clothed?
Yes, he is close. We've got Tim Prescott. Tim, what was the go with that dismissal? The bat flew out of your hands. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get the ball over the boundary, so I thought I'd just throw the bat over. But
Thought it'd be better getting the bat over than the ball.
yeah, something like that.
Now, how'd you find it out there? What's it with the wind and storm coming over? What are the conditions like?
I think the wicket's actually a bit better than it looks. It's probably a little bit on the slow side, and I guess with the wind, we're just trying to target those boundaries. But they're setting some pretty good fields and bowling some pretty good spots, so yeah, it's going to be pretty tight.
Yeah, I was going to ask how have you found Belmont's bowling attack?
Yeah, no, they've been bowling pretty good areas, and Splint's obviously set some good fields for the areas that the bowlers have bowled, so it's been quite hard to get away, but because it's a bigger sort of boundary, we've been able to sort of turn some of those ones into twos and whatnot, so I think we're on track for a pretty decent score.
Well, good luck for the rest of the evening, and thanks for chatting to Bar TV.
Thanks very much, cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ben Homer. All the best down there, riding the boundary. Go and put your feet up, son. You've done well down there for Bar TV Sports. So we go back to the action. Oh, that could be a wide. Yes, it is. I think they should bring in free hit for wides as well.
You reckon so?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Especially when they're bouncers as well.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I heard I was hearing a discussion the other night on the Big Bash. And I'll just try and track my mind back. There was something discussed about bowlers going off, but batsmen not having runners, which I thought was quite interesting.
Oh, that's nicely struck, but there's a fielder coming around to cut it off. And again, we heard Prescott say how well, I guess the Belmont field's been set as well. That's been a big factor, and I guess getting the wickets, but still unable to really restrict the run so far.
Yeah, your field setting, you've got to make sure you got the right fields in this form of the game. It's a hard job being a captain in T20, and the games, there's always something going on in the game, and you've got to keep your wits about you and make sure that you got the fielders in the right place. Make sure you got the right amount of fielders out of the circle, because if you haven't, you can be no ball. So.
Yeah, that was very close there. Good area as well. That was
So
full.
being a captain of any T20 team, it's all about your concentration, making sure that the fielders are on their toes, making sure they're walking in with the bowlers. Making sure you're communicating with all your players. So it's not an easy thing to do.
So 12 overs completed here. Oh, it's up. Oh, that was close there. If only had a dove.
Yeah.
That's a drop catch for mine.
Oh, no, that was pretty tough.
That's dropped.
You reckon it was
I'm a
dropped?
tough marker, you'll learn, Peter.
I'd like to see the replay of that one, Gareth, but no, I don't think he was there. That would have been a great catch if he caught that one.
We might not get a replay on that one, but we could do a reenactment up here at half-time for the Bar TV cameras.
Yeah, no problem at all.
You're the bowler.
I was wondering who I was going to be.
But anyway, the wicket doesn't fall. The score remains 5 for 117. This is a fairly tight over, this one.
Ray Cooper's bowling some good lines here, and as we know, he's a pretty experienced cricketer these days, and he's played at a couple of clubs, and he knows what it takes on field to make sure he's bowling where he needs to bowl, and not too short on this deck, because we've had obviously a few of the uni batsmen saying it is holding up a bit.
And And flicked out the back there. Another good single run by the University side.
Yeah, and that continues for them as well. They've done extremely well in their quick singles.
Nice looking puppy that out there.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Not well trained though. Look at it.
No, but it's nice to see some females at the cricket watching the game.
Some fans. They need some smackos or something for that dog to make it sit though. It's very excitable.
Yeah, that's a great shot, isn't it, of a wonderful ground here at Newcastle, the #1 sports ground.
It is one of the best and one of my favourite regional grounds to get out to.
Yeah,
just such a lovely feel, a lovely vibe about it.
Yeah, and I think the players, generally like to come here and play as much as they possibly can as well. I think throughout the season, your club might only get a few opportunities, but I think they like coming here and playing.
Just missed timing his shot there, and again, that's a great over there from Cooper. Only a couple from it. He's certainly been the pick of the bowlers.
Yeah,
got a couple of wickets.
He's bowled well. I thought the spinner has bowled pretty well as well for Belmont too. So now it's just important for these remaining 7 overs that they try and tighten this game up as much as they can and try and restrict Uni. Look, they'd have to restrict them below that 180, 190 now if they can.
Yeah, I think there's just been a bit of a lull in the game. The two new batsmen here, they're just trying to find their feet.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard, coming in to try and score runs, as soon as possible. So,
and especially at the rate that it's been scored at. It has been about 10 and over. Of course, it's gone down a little bit now.
Yeah, and I think you just got to see a few and a few siders, and then sort of build your innings from there.
Just adjusting the field.
Yeah, again another quick single. It'd be interesting to see how many singles that they've actually scored in this innings so far, and how many dots they've had. So I think there hasn't been a lot of dot balls in this
Definitely.
innings.
Yeah, definitely. There hasn't been many dots at all. It's been rotating the strike. We're looking at our cameraman there. He's playing some shots as well. Maybe get him out there. Speed this run rate back up. Oh, that's up high in the air. It's a hard one. Hainsworth's under it, and that's a great catch there by the wicket keeper. It was very, very high, and he's caught it.
So you'll pay that one, will you, for Marcus?
Yeah, but he still owes from the drop before.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's made up for it there. That was a pretty straightforward catch, really. There was no way in the world. I don't think he was ever going to drop that one, but I think funny things happen in cricket, and I've seen some sitters drop them in my time, but that went to the man with the gloves, and generally they catch them and catch them fairly easily.
And there he is, Marcus Hainsworth, the man on screen. Big cheesy grin. He's happy with that. He'll probably tell all his friends about it and tell them that it was 100 metres high in the air instead of the 20 that it went up.
Yeah, it always sort of stretches a bit more, doesn't it, as the years go on. But that was a good wicket too for the Belmont team. They'd be happy just to, if they can catch another couple of quick wickets here, that could reduce that run chase down a lot.
That's nicely struck. We'll find the fielder though.
Now I think batting now is a man who's played for University, and he plays a lot of T20 cricket. You really only just see him in these games these days, Rob Faraday Bensley.
Yeah, that's his contract, mate. He's a mercenary these days, isn't he? Just playing throughout all the regional satellite tournaments throughout Australia.
I actually said to him before the game, he walked out of the race here at #1 Sports Ground, and I said to him, "Gee, you're back again?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said they should give you a new nickname called Boomerang because you just keep coming back.
Or John Farnham. Oh, he's hit the stumps. That is a wicket that was very unlucky. It trickled back. He tried to stop it. He tried to pick it up. He still didn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's a wicket.
It is a wicket, and I was just saying that, another wicket upon another wicket, and then all of a sudden the run rate will start to slow down a bit here. So that's what University don't need right now, is they don't need 2-3 consecutive wickets. So they just need to try and bat these next 6 or so overs out and try and get as many runs on the board. So that was unfortunate dismissal, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, what can they do here as we...
This is Michael Ratnich, who's come out to bat.
Yeah, Ratnich it is. Is it 7 for 121? And here we go down to the boundary rider, Ben Homer. Sorry, Ben.
No, you're right, Gareth. I'm here with uni batsman Liam McKechnie. And Liam, how'd you find it out there today?
Not too bad. She gets a bit difficult with the wind. It's a bit hard running between the wickets, that kind of thing. The wicket's a little bit slow. A couple of balls, they ride their fingers across them a couple and made it a bit harder to hit. Yeah.
It's a bit frustrating to get it at that point in time with a few overs left to go.
Yeah, pretty frustrating. Got set. Probably should have hit a few more. It's kind of harder for the new batters to go in on that kind of wicket. Just a bit tacky.
Yep. How do you think the wicket's going to play through the rest of the evening when Belmont come out to bat?
Oh, I guess time will tell, won't it? I'm no wicket expert. We'll see if our bowlers can just mix up their pace. I think we'll be in for a fair shot. We've been going on a pretty good click with our run rate, so if we can have a few wickets in hand these last 5, should be good.
What score do you think can win you the game this afternoon?
Oh, I think we've already got enough, but it'd be nice to get maybe 170.
Sounds good. Good luck, Liam, and thanks for tuning to Bar TV.
Yeah, no worries.
One more thing, Ben, if you can hear me.
Yeah. Hang on a sec, Liam.
Can you ask him about his autobiography coming out?
Gareth wants to know about your autobiography coming out.
Autobiography coming out? Yeah, no, it's called Tunza and the Life of. It should be good. It's gonna be pretty thick. It'll be ball by ball on every 100 I've scored, so it'll be nice. It'll be a nice read.
So it'll be in all good bookstores. Is that the case?
Yeah, all good bookstores. Yeah, everywhere you can get it. Yeah, it'll be online too. Yeah.
Only online. That's the future,
books,
mate.
Everything, you name it. Yeah, get on it. Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll have to get it. Gareth will as well.
Yeah,
I want to tell him I want a signed copy, Ben.
Yeah, Gareth says he wants a signed copy. He said he'll sort that out.
Thanks very much, Ben. All the exclusive here on Bar TV. You're doing a great job down there on the boundary as we head back to the action here. Oh, that was almost a 4:30 a.m. ball.
Yeah, it was, certainly. Did he say about that book how thick that was going to be? Or
As thick as his hundreds, he said. So it's going to be 4 pages.
4 pages.
I think he scored 4, hasn't he?
Has he?
He made 100 early, just a few weeks ago, actually. So if he can get a few throughout the rest of the season, it's going to be a pretty thick book.
So last year it was 3 pages, now it's 4 pages.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, he's danced down the wicket. It's going to be close. Oh, that's a great catch there. So now, it looks like the University side, they're in a bit of trouble here. They've got a decent score. They were planning for about 130, so... But it is a cardinal sin, isn't it, to not make the 20 overs?
Well,
and they're looking like they may not make it.
Well, absolutely. And, not batting your 20 overs, and we'll just see the replay here.
Dance down the wicket, and that's a good catch.
Yeah, it is a good catch. Those are the sort of catches that you're coming forward to them and they're dropping on you. And you've really got to get low as you possibly can. And I think it was a fantastic catch. And those are the sort of catches you need to make sure that you take. You drop those ones, and in this form of the game, you can pay the penalty. So, but that's 3 quick wickets. So Belmont have done pretty well in the last few overs.
Oh, and he's got bat on that too, and that's another wicket. He doesn't want to move. He's got to move because the umpire's put his finger up, and he's out.
Yeah. Now I want to see the replay here of this one.
There was definitely a noise. I heard the noise.
There was a noise, yeah. I would like to know. He's walking off and he doesn't seem like he feels as though he hit that.
Well, the ball chased him. He is a wily old veteran as well, so...
Yeah, well, yes, he is, yeah. No,
Faraday Bensley, of course, for your viewers just tuning in.
Yeah, no, I sort of got the impression just by his body language there that he just didn't feel he may have hit that one, but we'll wait and see. But again, another wicket.
A prisoner's never guilty, mate.
Well, that's true. And the other thing too is, you've got to accept the umpire's decision, Gareth, these days. So
That is exactly right. 9 for 125.
yeah, this is a good comeback from Belmont.
Great comeback. They were on the ropes. They were going for 10 and over at the 10th over. 4 overs later, it's nearly the entire batting lineup skittled. There's the replay there. Good catch by Hainsworth as well.
Yeah, just the reaction from the batsman there.
Well, that's going to be called a wide, surely.
Yeah, just going back to that replay. Just the reaction from Rob Faraday Bensley after he was given out. He sort of looked at the umpire as if to say, "I don't think I hit that," but as we said, you just got to accept the umpire's decision and walk off.
Or did he say, "I'm Rob Faraday Bensley"? Come on.
I think in that circumstance, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're given out, you're given out. You got to go.
Surely it's his testimonial year this year. So they've got a spring in their step now, the Belmont side out there in the field.
So we've got Cameron Dack. He's at the non-strikers end. I think the thing with Uni is they'll be looking at in the Belmont innings is to try and look to their bowlers, because they have got quite a handy bowling attack, and I think that's what they'll be looking to try and restrict Belmont. So 9 for 127, as we said, 130, 140 probably is where they want it to be. But I still think that they've certainly really let themselves down in the last few overs just by losing too many wickets too quickly, and I would have thought at the halfway mark there they would have been looking to at least score 170, 180.
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to try and get overs 200.
Well, that's the problem. If you lose your wickets too quickly, you're just losing momentum, and that's what's happening is they've lost a whole lot of momentum, and now they have the final wicket left, and they've got to try and get something on the board here, and try and bat the next 6 overs out somehow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anything, just get a partnership happening here is probably the best way to go. Instead, he's looking to swing.
Yeah, and batting first too in T20, you've got to get the 20 overs through. You can't be left with just 15 overs, because that could be your undoing at the end of the game, really.
So just over an hour passed in the match as well. Of course, the innings are pretty much on a 75-minute restriction as well.
That's right, hour and 15 minutes. So in this form of the game, it's one of the things you need to do is to try and get your overs through as quickly as you possibly can. Otherwise, you can get actually penalised. So it's just important for the captain to realise that making sure that the overs get through as fast as they can.
Oh, it's going to be a wide again as well, of course, for everyone interested out there. The Indian side made 3 for 309 in the first innings in the first of the one-dayers. Not a bad little score there. Sharma scoring 171 off 163 balls. And Kohli 91 off 97. The big run scorers. Of course, if you want to get in the game here with us at Bar TV Sports on Twitter, hashtag Bar TV Sports, and of course our YouTube, and like us on Facebook as well to keep up with all the mid-tier and grassroots action of sport around the country.
Yeah, just getting back to the Australian-India game there, I know Australia went in with a couple of new bowlers today too, so that's their initiation to one-day cricket there.
Getting spanked around the WACA ground.
So what do we think? What do we think, Gareth? What do you think would be the target now for University? Do you think if they scored 160 here, they'd be happy with that?
I think they'll be lucky to get to 160. I think they'll get maybe 145 here if they can dig in, because this Belmont attack looks like they're bang up for it, and they seem to be struggling a little bit to just rotate this straight like they're doing so well before. And with the men out on the boundary now, I just don't think the runs are there now.
No, and you've got to have some sort of expectation, I guess, to try and get as many as you can. And if they get to 160 here, I think it'll be some sort of a miracle. But as you say, if they get 145, 150 on the board, they'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we heard from our boundary rider earlier on, Ben Homer. He has all the exclusives there, and the captain, I think, said that they were looking for our 130. Ben, what's the crowd like down there, mate?
Oh, the crowd is pumped. The canteen's pumping. I'll have to count them in the grandstand. What is there? There'd have to be about 50 people, maybe.
Wow.
50 people down here in the grandstand. That's a big turnout.
It is for the first of the night, and I guess, Ben, if you've got any change, go and get yourself a steak sandwich down there. They're pretty good, I hear.
I've heard that as well. They were very good last year, so I'm thinking they're going to be even better this year.
Don't ruin your appetite, though.
That's right. I've got to get home for dinner.
That's
right. Mum's cooking something good.
Oh, very good. Oh, well, we're all invited. The whole team, the whole production and commentary crew is going to Ben's mum's house for dinner, and I can't wait for that one. As we go back to the action out there, the batsmen just having a chat. What do you think they're saying, Pete?
Oh, I think they're just saying to each other, we've got to bat the 20. I think that's what they need to be focusing on. Regardless of how many runs they get, they've got to get through the next 3 overs, and that's what they need to do. As we see Mark Littlewood coming back into the attack too. So if they can get an extra 20 here, I think Uni would be pretty happy with that. They'd be over the moon with that. With the last 2 batsmen in.
So Littlewood's back on now. He's changed ends. He's got the breeze, I guess, coming across now. It's kind of switched to where it was before. The lights are on. And here we go. Nice shot, but fielder does well to get down to it.
Yeah, now this is a chance for Mark Littlewood to try and bowl a really tight over here. This is what his team needs from their captain right now, is to start putting the screws on Uni.
He's got the 1 wicket.
Yeah, that's 2 good balls. So if he can keep this up, and if he can keep this over under 5 or 6 runs, he's done his job here.
And again, another good ball, dot ball. That's what they need, this Belmont side.
Yeah, and I think when you're bowling to lower order batsmen, that's all you need to do. You just need to pitch him up and make sure you got good lines. And that's what he's doing, and he's doing a really good job at the moment. And this is just what his team needs at this stage of the game.
Oh, he's not seen that one. He swung when it's 2 metres past him there. That's
well,
all right.
I think Mark would just be happy to just bowl him there for the next 2, and obviously batsmen on strikes having a bit of trouble connecting, and this is where it comes down to the dots. You can't have dots at this part of the game.
Oh, he's bowled the slower ball. It's come straight back at him. He nearly got down to it. They're going back for 2, are they? There's a mix-up, and he's out. That is all out here in the Twilight T20 competition. Mix-up in the running. And the university side, they've only got to 17 overs.
Yeah, they have. They haven't batted the 20 overs out. And they got the 130. They said they were looking at probably 130. But I still believe they're probably at least 30, 40 runs short easily. Where they were halfway through this game, they should have really capitalised on that. And I think they'd be disappointed with the end there. Not so much that run out, but just the last 4 or 5 batsmen who got themselves out very quickly. Here's the replay.
So we look at the replay. It was hit hard back, and he wasn't getting down to that one, was he? And the mix-up, good throw, good action.
Yeah, well, there was never 2 runs there, and I can't believe that they actually even thought that there was going to be a second run there. So that was the thing about running is mixing up. If you have a mix-up, it's just that split second that just makes so much of a difference. So there you go. 17 overs, University 132. So that's a gettable score. I think.
Definitely. And that was great captaincy by Little as well. He really had some good placements throughout the innings. We're going to take a quick break. This is the Newcastle District Cricket Association Twilight T20 competition brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank. And we're back with you guys in about 5 minutes.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming,
basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence. 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 Be the influence.
before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
And we're back here live on Bar TV Sports, the grassroots and mid-tier sports network throughout Australia. We're here for the Twilight T20 Newcastle District Cricket Association competition, brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, of course. The Commonwealth Bank doing great things for cricket all around Australia, and of course, person doing great things for cricket in Newcastle himself, umpire and local cricket doyen, Peter Davies. How are you, Pete?
Geez, that's a big rap. I don't know if I
big
I
rap with a falafel inside, mate.
Yeah, I don't know if I deserve that sort of intro, but yeah, it's
got to
just
pump
nice.
your tyres, mate.
It's just nice, mate, to see the local cricket back on. So as we know, last week, what about the weather last week in Newcastle? Was unbelievable, wasn't it, Gareth?
Yeah, well, that's I was saying. You mentioned Merriweather before. I don't think they'll make it tomorrow. They're too busy swimming at that new pool they've got over near the shops there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so no, the weather was just unbelievable last week, and of course the round, unfortunately, was abandoned in both district cricket and I think the Newcastle C&S cricket too. So the boys will be looking forward to getting back to regular cricket this coming Saturday. But it's good to have the T20 stuff midweek. I think the T20 midweek concept is a really good one too.
Yes, it definitely is a good concept. And of course, here today we've got University taking on Belmont. University got to, I guess, a good total of 132. Could have got a little bit more, but a collapse. You know, it saw them not get the final 20 overs, got to the 17th over, and yeah, they're all out. 132 could have made 180.
Yeah, I think probably 132. Not a bad score, but I reckon that they probably were about 30-40 runs short.
And if we look at our weather map here, brought to you by Bar TV Sports, all the technology at the forefront here. For our viewers at home, there's a little bit of rain collecting. It does say storms at 7. We might get that little patch from Bulladila coming down south.
It looks pretty good on the radar. I mean, I think this game should get through okay. It's pretty cloudy here. Obviously, the wind is up too, but I think it's just important that we try and get this game through as quickly as we can and make sure that the next 20 overs gets done. You don't want a situation where the rain comes and that sort of spoils the whole day, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've heard both sides chatting about the weather. We've got Ben Homer down on the boundary. Ben Homer, if you can give us a little wrap of what they said to each other at the change of innings there.
In regards to, sorry, I didn't get the first bit. Who am I speaking about?
Just the game in general, mate. How do you see it down there?
Oh, how do I say it? Well, the weather is really coming across. I thought very much under par. That was disappointing to see him fall apart at the end. So Belmont are right in this game. But I have to tell you
we're just losing you here, Ben.
I'll come back this way a bit. Last year, Belmont got bowled out for 100 in the match. They played Uni in the 2020 match, the Twilight competition, and Uni chased it down pretty easily. So we'll see if Belmont can score more than what they got against Uni last year. Uni's bowling attack is one of the best in the comp.
Okay, thanks for that, Ben, and always whip that one away. The outfield is very sluggish. It looked very fast. It looked like they'd cut it shorter than what they did last year, but it looks like it's... it needs another little chop, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not as fast as it normally is here at Number One Sports Ground. I know they've done a lot of work on the outfield for a fair while now. So it's just one of those things. You just got to keep improving it, and I'm sure, by the end of this season, into next season, they will have it just about right, hopefully.
And that's going to be called a wide. Wow. And of course, batting out there, Marcus Hainsworth, the wicketkeeper, and Jack Norton. Of course, Jack, also a professional longboard rider.
Is he really? Yeah.
He is. Goes in competitions all around Australia and the world. Rides for the Juice team, I think.
So he's a man of many talents.
I don't know. Well, let's not speak too soon. Let's see how he goes here. That was Hainsworth there on strike. Norton wearing the green helmet.
Okay, a bit of sloppy fielding there from Luke Bird.
Very sloppy.
Uni just need to switch on a bit here. I think after what happened with their batting, I think you can sort of go out in the wrong frame of mind when you go out to the field. So they just need to switch on here. And Belmont's off to not a bad little start here. They've just rotated the strike around. They're none for 4 already. So they just need to keep doing that.
Ainsworth, oh, he's been clean bowled. That's a great ball. Knocking over middle stump. And Ainsworth will take a long walk and no doubt a long look in the mirror when he gets back into the dressing sheds.
So are you trying to say to me that yourself and Marcus are really good mates? Is that what you're trying to say? Or
Yes. I've known Marcus since he was a kid. And he loves looking in the mirror, so...
Oh, well, mate, if you've got the looks, why not? If you're
rock set.
No, that was actually a good ball. That hit leg stump.
Leg stump.
Yeah.
So cut back in, bit of movement maybe off the seam.
Maybe the actual pink ball did swing a bit there, or just moved off the seam there. But that's a good start for Uni getting an early wicket there. Belmont, they need to try and restrict losing wickets too quickly in consecutive wickets too early here. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves in a lot of trouble. And 132 could come to a score like 182. So. This is a very interesting partnership coming up here now.
Blocks that one out. Whitaker's in. The Englishman, believe he's just found a French girlfriend as well, they tell me. Who would have thought?
Interesting combination, so an Englishman and a French girl. Yeah.
Don't they hate each other?
I think they do.
One wants cheese, one wants pork pies.
I'd rather the cheese than the pork pies. I'm not real into pork pies myself.
Gelatinous. Oh, has he hit that? I thought he might have got a bit of bat on that one, but umpire keeps his hand down.
Yeah, no, I think he missed that one. And, of course, no appeals as well. So, obviously, it was pretty obvious that one went straight past the bat. So, but Uni, they've got a good bowling team. And this is one of their strengths this year. And this is, I think, going to be one of their strengths in the T20 comp. They may not necessarily get a lot of runs, but they can certainly defend totals.
Well, Tim Prescott is the man with the ball in hand, and it's hit him on the toe, I think. They all went up. It must have been pretty close.
Yes, well, umpire Terry Collins, he had a very good look at that one, and that would have been very close, I would say. Possibly where we are, it's very, very difficult. Could have been pitching outside the line. Hard to say.
There's Norton with the ponytail protruding from the helmet. Wears it as a top knot when he's not got the helmet on.
Just the replay of this one.
Wow. Close.
Yeah.
Hard to pick from the angle we're at.
Yeah, very, very hard for us to comment on, really. The only thing that I could probably say for that is possibly it may have pitched outside off stump. But when you're on the angle we are, it's very hard to judge what happened there. Anyway, he's not out and the game continues.
That's exactly right. Luke Bird has the ball in his hand. He's going to start from the junction end. Coming into bowl, Norton is facing. Leaves that one going. I actually have played a bit of cricket with Jack when he had a couple of seasons at the Carrington Seven Seas Pirates.
Oh, the Carrington Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are the Carrington Pirates going this year?
Folded.
Oh, they folded?
Yeah.
Is that because you're not playing anymore, Gareth?
No, we all got too old and...
That was the end of that.
Yeah. We could no longer walk the plank at the Seven Seas.
So the Carrington Pirates are no longer.
He's had a dab at that. He just isn't seeing the ball properly. Had a bit of a swing, a slash.
Yeah, well, Luke Bird normally bowls pretty good lines, and I would expect that'll be the same today. I can't imagine that he'll bowl anything else but tight bowling here. And I know one thing's for sure: in T20 games, he hardly bowls a no ball. Where in a regular game, he'll give you a few no balls.
A little bit of trivia as well for you after this ball. Oh, Norton had another slash of that one. Speaking of the Seven Seas, Carrington Pirates in the series we played in, ex-university player Greg Burgess was the one that started the Seven Seas Pirates.
So there's a bit of trivia for you.
So that all comes together. Jack Norton, university playing. Rob Faraday was at Greg Burgess's wedding. Who would have thought? As they come in now, Norton not really getting away here. Getting bogged down, but Maybe that's a good thing, just getting his eye in.
Oh yeah, that's what you need to do is try and see a few and then make a decision. And with the field up in the first 6 overs, if you can get it through the field, there's runs. There's plenty of runs out there. So, but you've got to find the gaps, which is easy to say up here. But when you're facing someone like Luke Bird, it might necessarily be that easy. Another good ball from Luke Bird. And speaking from an umpire's perspective here on Bar TV, I know that every time that yours truly has a university game, I know for a fact that when Luke comes from my end, he always says, "Oh, you know, mate, can you take a few steps back? Take a few steps back." So you would notice that umpire Paul Marjoriebanks standing a little bit back than you would normally stand back.
Nice work there. Nice bowling again.
And that, I think, was a maiden over.
It was 1 for 4. Of course, the university side at the same stage were 14 runs, so 10 runs ahead. Not that it means much at this early stage of the match.
No, it doesn't, but it comes back to what I was saying in the uni innings about the dots. You start building the dots up, the pressure starts to build on where, I think as a batsman, you start asking yourself now, where's my run going to come from? Where's the next run going to come from? And I think that's what Belmont doesn't need to do here, is get bogged down, because what will end up happening is they'll start playing some rash shots and then they'll start losing wickets.
And there's the Belmont side down there, relaxed, eager to get out there though. Oh, nice shot there, not quite getting past the fielder, I guess, in between backward point there.
Yeah, and I think Belmont also batting at the moment need to take a leaf out of University's book here with the quick singles. They need to, they need to start looking for the quick singles. Just keep the strike going, rotating over, and as you can see, the field's fairly deep. So if you do a hit and run, you can get a single here pretty much all day.
Oh, he's had a swing at that again, Norton. Looking to launch that on top of that tower crane over there.
Gee, that'd be some fair hit if you could hit over there.
Well, I've played with Norton. I'm sure he's got half the distance in him. There's the tower crane. Building some apartments over there on top of Market Town.
Maybe Bar TV should have a camera up there. What do you think?
Imagine that. Oh, Pack's not going up there to rig it. Oh, is he moved across too far? I think he has. Umpire Collins shakes his head, waves them away and says, move on.
Yeah, not out. Worth a shout, though. In this, when you play T20, if you think, with LBWs, if you think that there's an opportunity to maybe keep the umpires on their toes, that's what you got to do. You just got to ask the question and see what the answer is going to be.
He set himself there. It's gone straight to the fielder, and Norton, he didn't look comfortable, and he's out.
Yeah, straight up in the air. That was a very easy catch at the end of the day there, and I just still put that down to the dots. It comes back to the fact that as a batsman, as I said before, where's my next run going to come from? And there it was. He thought to himself, okay, how about I go over cover? And that one went straight to cover. So that was a good catch. Here's the replay.
Well, you put it down to the dots. He took his helmet off before. He took his eyes off the ball there, but he took his helmet off before. You put it down to the dots. I put it down to the top knot, the man bun. I'm not very happy about that. He probably could get a few more runs. We see there him walking off. I guess when you're a professional longboard rider, you've got to look the look, don't you?
Oh, you certainly do. You got to look the part. And when you're a cricketer, I guess you're the same. You got to, if you can't play, at least if you look nice and at least that's something. At least that's something, isn't it?
Well, anyway, speaking of looking nice, we've got Ben Homer down there in his Lowe's outfit. Ben,
hello, Gareth.
Have you got the interview there for Mr. Norton?
No, not yet. I'm just going to leave. Marcus is going to be with us in a few minutes.
Go and pull his top knot and say, can we have an interview?
Can you come down here and show me how it's done?
Yeah. I'm comfortable up here in the box, mate. We'll let you do all the tough stuff. You got to earn your keep somehow, Benny.
I'm I'll go down the road and get you a coffee if you want.
I'd love that, thank you. Get me two.
Two.
I'm sure Peter wants one as well.
And of course, with the fall of that wicket, Gareth brings in the captain, Mark Littlewood. So this is going to be a big innings for Mark Littlewood. If he can bat through this whole innings, they're a real show here. But at 2 for 5, they're off to a pretty shaky start. So there's a lot of pressure on the captain at this stage.
Yes. He can dig in for an innings, though, and he's probably the man that wants to build the partnership around now. We speak about partnerships in T20, how important they are in cricket, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah, it comes also down to experience too with Belmont. They've got, obviously the captain, Mark Littlewood. They've got Marcus Hainsworth, who unfortunately missed out today, but they've also got Jace Lawson too. So they've got a few experienced players in this team, but they've got a few younger players too. So it's really up to the more experienced players to come to the fore here and try and get them across the line. I mean, I think personally, if Belmont wins this game, that'll be a huge upset to start the T20 competition off.
Very good, and it's a good ball there, just losing his footing. It's going to be close if he can hit. Just getting in, and the throw wasn't on target there.
Yeah, he could have been a little bit deep in his crease there. You just got to watch that when you slip over like that. You don't go back onto your stumps. So, well, what's happening here? Is there actually conjecture that he did hit his stumps there? Because
maybe he came back on the stumps, has he?
Yeah, this is the thing with the bails. Once you take the bails off, when these sort of things happen, it's very hard to judge if he's actually landed back on the stumps there, because if he does, obviously the bails would come off. So I think they've made up their decision that no, everything is okay. But we'll have a look.
We'll have a look at the replay here. Our eyes are glued. Your eyes are glued at home. He's come back on it, and I think the wicket keeper's not saying anything. Wicket keeper's not jumping up about it, so he's the man with the best view.
Yeah, looked close though, didn't it? It looked like he nearly went back on them, but without the bails on it, that does make it hard.
And again, beating the outside edge Bird. He's bowling really well, isn't he?
Yeah, well,
he had a maiden first up. It looks like he might repeat.
Well, he always tends to bowl pretty well. I mean, there's not too many days that he doesn't bowl well, and he's experienced enough to know what he needs to do in T20 cricket to make sure that he keeps the run rate down. And this is the biggest problem now for Belmont is that they'll start to look at the scoreboard, start to look at where they need to score their runs.
Nice work. Again.
Yeah. Now the big difference there was in the uni innings they were taking the fielders on too. So that's what probably Belmont need to do as well.
I guess it's from no lack of trying by Belmont. The big shots are there, but they're just not connecting. They're trying to get it over the infield here around this inner circle. But Bird, he's just too tight.
Yeah, and it comes back to the power play overs as well, the first 6 overs. That's when you need to start building momentum for the later overs too. So, yeah, it's not an easy thing.
And again, could be overthrows, but no.
Yeah, no bat on that one. He actually got a leg by there, so there was no bat at all on that one. But at least they got a single there, so they're now 2 for 8.
After 3 overs, the university side was 30.
Yeah, well, they got off to a bit of a flyer. They certainly got off to a flyer, but as we know, towards the end of the innings, it was going backwards at a rapid rate.
Well, that could be wide there. Has he got bat on it? No. Umpire Paul Marjorie Banks says, not on my watch, not on my shift here.
Well, I think that one,
could have been wide.
Going by his reaction, may have been pad there. I think he thought that's caught the pad for sure, because there's no wide obviously, so it's hit something and it wasn't the bat, so it must have been the pad or maybe the thigh pad as well.
Again, finding the fielder, so just not able to find the gaps, not able to punch the holes here.
No, bowling good line. He had a couple of fielders there on the leg side. He's bowled a couple there on the leg side. And with the fielders there, obviously that's the line you want to bowl. So another good over, and after 3 overs, 2 for 8. Was that 4 overs now?
Yes, it's 4 overs bowled.
So 4 overs. So we're only looking at a run rate of 2 per over at this stage, which is not enough.
Yeah, same stage the University side was on 37. So a little bit of catching up to do, but they do have a few more overs to do it in.
Yeah, if you've got a strong bowling attack, you can capitalise on your low score. So if you don't get a lot of runs with the actual bat.
Oh, and that's got to be very close. Everyone went up there in the field.
No, well, umpire Terry Collins wasn't interested there at all.
Shook his head straight away, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think Prescott walking past him has just said, why wasn't that out? And no doubt Terry's giving him the reasons why it's not out, I'd say.
In no uncertain terms. But Prescott, he's troubling the batsman as well. Just bowling a really nice full line here. Down the wicket and massive swing and an even equally bigger miss.
Yeah, that's a bit of scoreboard pressure there. The captain thinking, okay, we've only got 8 runs on the board. What do I need to do? Where's my next run coming from? And that's what happened there. Was come down the track. He's missed that. I mean, that could have easily bowled him too. And that would have been a huge wicket for University.
Yeah, definitely look at the looking for that cow over there in the corner. It's been replaced by a big red 4-wheel drive.
We've got some people standing near the sight screens there, which obviously the batsman's not real happy about.
Yeah, wow.
And I think as you say, we've got, is it a vehicle just behind the sight screen there, which is okay.
Bit of fluoro stuff.
Yeah, this is another good tight over.
So the Australian innings has commenced as well for all those listening in out there on Bar TV Sports. If you've got it on the big screen, you obviously know. But Finch and Warner. Finch is off the mark on 3 runs. They're chasing quite a big score from the Indian side. It was 309, so up against it in Western Australia. Oh, that's a good shot, but it's gone straight to the fielder, and that is out.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward catch, that one. And yeah, the pressure just building on the Belmont batsmen now. They're finding it difficult to find the gaps and get the singles, where University were doing that early on in their innings too. So that's a big wicket for Uni. You get the captain out, and the other players in the shed are thinking, okay, well, it's up to us now to score these remaining runs, and they've got a few to get as well. So it'll be interesting to see if the next few batsmen can just get themselves in, get a bit of a partnership. There's the replay.
Yeah, he looked up as soon as he hit it, and he saw it going straight to the fieldsman, didn't he? That's one of those things where you're just hoping. You got that split second, hoping that he's not going to hold on to that one. But it was a fairly straightforward catch in the end.
He's just gone for that one, hasn't he? And he's got a lot of bat on that too. So that's gone straight to the fielder. So that was a pretty easy catch. And I think he'd be disappointed with that. And I'm sure that if we can catch up with the captain, and no doubt he'll tell us that he was disappointed with that shot.
So Prescott up the other end still. Good over from Prescott as well, really restricting them in the runs here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
This University side. Sending a message to everyone out there watching at home from the other sides on Bar TV. Of course, if you want to get in the game, at Bar TV Sports on Twitter. Tweet us in.
Yeah, just bowling tight lines, not giving the batsman much in the way of room to, obviously free their arms and hit the maximums, the 4s and the 6s, and I think that's what Belmont need right now. They need someone to come in and score fairly quickly, get this run rate up to where it should be. Right now, they're falling well and truly behind.
And again, another dot ball, nice over.
Yeah, just lets that go. So if you looked at the amount of dot balls that have been in this innings compared to Universities at the same time, I think you'd be extremely surprised that Belmont are getting themselves really, really bogged down here. And how you get out of that problem is probably maybe take a few risks. That's what you need to do is probably try and hit over the infield a bit more, and try and maybe break the shackles a bit here. Otherwise, if they keep continuing the way they're going, I don't think they're going to make the score.
Will be the end of the power play soon as well, but going at this rate, University won't need to drop anyone out.
And of course, we have a bowling change now. Michael Ratnich is coming on to bowl. Another a bowler that bowls fairly tight in this situation as well. So I think with the other teams in the competition, they would know that Uni is a pretty good bowling outfit. So in this form of the game, the T20s, you've just got to try and get on top of the Uni bowling early. If you don't get on top of the bowling early, they tend to sort of get you bogged down, and then you're starting to try and find runs. Just having a look at Rob Faraday Bensley. I think he's got some new wheels on there too.
Hasn't he? Look at those.
Yeah, he only plays 3 or 4 games a year, so it looks like they're brand new.
So here comes Radnich, and quick single taken. That's ball. Little flick out the back from Bird. If he had collected, he would have been out because there's no urgency at the non-striker's end.
No, there
whatsoever.
Wasn't. But I don't mind seeing that because they've got to do something. They just can't keep on having one of their batsmen just up the other end, just poking around. So if they can just maybe upset the University fielders a little bit by just taking those quick singles, it might just get their momentum going, because at the moment it's just not going at all. And there's the new wheels. There's the new wheels.
Faraday Bensley, I tell you what, where's he picked them up from? Kingsgrove. And we got Ben Homer, a boundary rider down there on the boundary with the captain, the skipper, Mark Littlewood.
Yes, Mark, not the start you were looking for out there.
Nah, certainly not. They sort of got away from us with the new ball a little bit, so we're kind of hoping we could do the same. I don't think it's going to get much easier to bat, but we just need a partnership here, and we'll see how we go. But
a few of the Uni batsmen said the pitch was a bit better than what it looked, but they really fell apart at the end. So is the pitch a bit hard to bat on out there today?
Oh, mate, yeah, it's just definitely pretty hard work, but look, they've done well to get the wicket. Don't get me wrong, with all the weather we've had. So it's definitely not as flat as I've seen it. But look, it's still we only need sort of 8 and over or something like that. So we're still well and truly in it. You just sort of got to hold it together through the middle here.
How's the pink ball? Is it fairly easy to see?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be swinging around a little bit, but it's easy enough to see. The lights are working really well, so look, it's a fantastic concept. But I mean, in terms of the spectacle, the wicket doesn't really help. But like I said, they've done well to get it on. So it'd be nice if it was nice and flat and fast, and you see a few more sixes. But
now Uni's bowling attack probably one of the best in the comp. What's the key to in the back half of this match to get the runs to win?
Yeah, look, I think we've sort of got to target 1 or 2 of their bowlers. Look to take someone down with that wind. I think try and get through Birdie. He's a sensational 2020 cricketer, and the rest are steady. If they miss their areas, we've just got to get our boundaries where we can. But they're 2020 champions for a reason. So yeah, they're a good outfit.
Now I'll just check if the boys have got any questions for you. Have you got any questions for Mark, Gareth, or Peter?
What does he think of your shorts, Ben?
We'll leave that one. Any other ones? He said, what do you think of my shorts? What?
Okay. Yeah, they're not too bad, mate. They're not too bad. Blue's not too bad. Blue's better than pink or salmon. They're okay. They're something like Dutch Rob Faraday would wear.
What about ask him about Rob Faraday's shoes? Actually, we were just talking about them, the new wheels.
Yeah, Rob Faraday's shoes. What do you think of them?
Yeah, they're not even spiked up. I don't think they're his circuit wheels. I think he's going straight to Parry Street Garage after this.
Very good. Thanks very much, Ben.
That's it. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for that.
That's your best of the day, mate.
Now my shorts are passed.
Sorry, mate. You just cut out there. Sorry about that.
I said my shorts have passed the test, have they?
Yeah, not quite. And blocked out nicely there by the Belmont batsman.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, the bowler from the other end, I thought it was Michael Ratnich from a distance, but it was actually Lincoln Mills who bowled that last over. So it was a good over too from Lincoln Mills. So at the moment, yes, Belmont's still struggling at 3 for 9 after their power play overs have completed. So this is going to take something from someone from the Belmont team to get them home here.
Interesting then. The captain there, Littlewood, said they only needed 8 and over, so it is still doable, but you just sense the way this university side is bowling, it's becoming a harder task by the ball.
Yeah, it is. And I think when you're in a situation where you've only got 11 runs on the board after 6 overs, you've got to start looking at it that way. You've got to say, you've got to start thinking as a batsman, okay, we only need 8 or 9 and over. We need to just keep the singles rolling over. We need to just try and find the gaps and get the odd boundary if we can as well. That's a wide.
Yeah, that's definitely a wide, but taken nicely by the keeper in Luke Stewart. He's a good keeper as well, Luke Stewart.
He is. It was
been around for a little while as well.
It was a good pickup for Uni to get him, and obviously Glenn Stewart as well. And they've done pretty well as far as getting some new players into their team this year. So
the Stewart brothers back together.
Yeah, no, it's a good mixed team, this one, and they just need to focus here. And
it's up in the air. Oh, he's just wide of the fielder, whipped it off his legs. That's a nice throw ball. Oh, he's hit the stumps, and that is out. Rob Faraday Bensley. We've been talking about his shoes, but let's talk about his arm. Get some gloves on it and insure it.
He just wound back the years then, didn't he? It was a great throw, direct hit, and a lot of times the direct hits are out too. So that was, I think he was out by a fair way as well. So that was a great throw, great bit of fielding as well, and some great cricket generally there. And again, it's another wicket that Belmont didn't want to lose at this stage. As we see the replay here.
Look at the arm.
Yeah,
look at the action.
A good pickup, good throw, all in the one motion as well, and that was excellent.
Yep, definitely was not expecting that. 4 for 13, and Belmont now in a little bit of trouble here at number 1 Sports Ground.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have thought if you would have come to the game today that number 1 that Rob Faraday Bensley be playing. I was, as you said, pretty surprised that he's having a run around again this season, but I know he likes to play the T20s and to have someone of his experience on the boundaries as well. Making fielding options like that and throwing direct hits is excellent, and also it sort of, with your other teammates, it sort of gives them a boost too and keeps their mind on the game as well.
Yeah, it's definitely. He had a bit of a chat as well to his fans behind him from the Belmont team. Had a few words.
Yeah, just a bit of fun banter, I'd say.
Yeah, a bit of words of wisdom, I guess.
Yeah, just a bit of fun. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, well, the problem is too when you start getting to the 8s and 9s and over. The 8s and 9s and over. If you have an over where you only score 1 or 2, then you start looking at over 10 and over, and then it starts to become really, really hard to try and score the runs.
Tim Prescott just copped a head knock there as well.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
With the pink ball.
And the thing with Uni at this stage of the game too, they don't have to take too many risks. They've got a good field, good ring field here, because they're restricting the runs. So that they're quite happy just to keep the field as it is and just, as we see Tim Prescott bowl.
Stepped up and
Rob Faraday's keeping nice and busy at number 1 Sports Ground here this afternoon, which is good to see.
Yeah, chance that arm. They only took the slow single there. Weren't going to dare go back for 2.
Yeah, so with the fielding team at the moment, they can just keep this field as it is, keep the pressure on, and it's just the batsmen. They're just trying to work out what they need to do. I think what they need to do is just take a few risks and try and score a few boundaries. A few boundaries will just gain their momentum. Oh, there it is there on the replay. Yeah,
Belmont batter just trying to get whatever advantage he can. Oh, it's hit back at him. Very close here and turned around. There was wickets up everywhere there, but missed the catch. That'll count as a drop for me.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
He's a hard marker, isn't he? Hard marker.
You've got to be. That's what critics are like, that, aren't they?
Oh, they are, yes.
They could never make it as actors. Well, I could never make it as a cricketer, so
yep, so
I'm going to mark everything down.
What we do is we mark everything down as commentators, yeah.
No, it's very good effort there, though. The old...
Now we've got Lincoln Mills coming back on to bowl another over here.
bowled very tight as well, so it's 4 for 14 after 7 overs.
Yeah.
The University side, 3 for 67 at the same point.
Yeah,
so
there's a huge difference there. 2 and over, it's just not going to get you enough runs, even if you're batting first. So it's going to take just one of the Belmont players to take the game by the scruff of the neck and say, okay, what we need to do is just take a few risks, and if we can get some boundaries, it might just change the scope of the game.
Yeah, definitely need the bounce. Oh, he slipped. It could be close, but no, he gets back into his crease there. You can see how slippery it is underfoot out there. There is a good covering of grass over the pitch. So over the next few days, I'll be playing on this pitch for its entirety for the competition. So it should dry up. And as we look at the crowd there, it's a decent crowd. And as we see a boundary rider there, Ben Homer, doing nothing with his feet up. We better go down to him after this throw. Oh, Rob Faraday nearly gets it again. If we can go down to Ben Homer. Ben, how are you down there? Just relaxing, doing some Sudoku, are you?
That's right. Very relaxing down here on the sideline. It's nice and cool for once. Today's been a stinker.
Pants next time.
What's that?
You better wear some pants next time, just for the weather, mate.
Mate, they're my good pants. I had to wear them into the ABC today, so I've got to look good going in there.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's a little bit more laid back at Bar TV.
I'm listening to 2HD on the weekends anyway with my man next to me, Peter.
Yeah, good on you.
Which you can listen to the show on Sundays.
Yes, between 8 and 11. Switch on, and if you want to ring me up and if you want to ring up and have a whinge about something, I'm the man. Just ring me up and we'll have a whinge together. Actually, that was a good shot. I didn't mind that last shot. I think that's what they need to do, is they need to start hitting over the infield, and they start to then get the uni fielders back as well. So
that's right.
I think he should continue to keep doing that if he can. That was a good ball. Bit hard to hit that one.
Blocked out, and Faraday comes around, gets it to the keeper. Just showing off now, really, isn't he, with that arm of his?
Yeah. Well, he's got the new wheels on today, so he's looking $1 million, really, isn't he? And he should give me at least something for that comment as well.
Free legal help, maybe.
Yeah, that might help.
Oh, nicely nudged away there.
Yeah, and there we go. There's just a single down there all day too. So I think if you're the Belmont batting side at the moment, you'd be thinking, okay, every over, this is what I need to do. I need to get at least one boundary, at least a few singles in the over, and if I can get an odd 6 now and again, that would help. I mean, that would be the ideal situation, but it depends on your bowling as well. If they're bowling very tightly, it is making it extremely hard.
So here goes Mills again. Big backswing on the shot there, and Bird goes for the stumps there. Getting these Belmont batters very edgy around the crease, aren't they? They've got to be on their game. Just making them second guess themselves at the moment with running between wickets as well.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is you just got to bat a few overs, because what happens is you bat a few overs and then all of a sudden you start seeing the ball a bit better, and then the ball starts to hit the bat nicely, and you start to middle it, and then from there that's when you can score some quick runs. So losing wickets just loses the momentum, and that's what the biggest problem has been so far for Belmont. They just lost too many wickets too early, and they just haven't scored enough runs.
There's a good view there, the apartment and the trees behind us.
Now I think we've got Cameron Dack coming on.
Yeah, it is Dack. Of course, he was the last man out there in the batting.
And he's been very impressive this season.
I was just about to say he's had some comeback with some good figures. He's very impressive, quicker than what he looks as well.
Now Uni have got a few on the boundary on the leg side. So if Belmont can just work their singles.
And going for the big slog.
Yeah.
Over there. That's why they've got the boundary on the leg side covered, because that's his scoring range.
Yeah. Well, I think with the fielders as they are at this stage, a lot of them are fairly deep. All he had to do was probably just get bat on ball, go for a quick single. That probably would have been the better outcome there.
Yeah, definitely. And it comes in there.
That's yeah. So as you can see, the ring of fielders here, they're fairly deep here. If they can just rotate the strike here a little bit, and then if they can get that odd 4 in the over, at least that will build some momentum. That's not a bad shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot there, finding some space and.
Yeah, and
there's first 4.
There's the boundary. There's the boundary I was talking about. That's going to give the batsman a lot of confidence, and as you're batting too, I think as you're hitting the ball and you're feeling the ball on the bat a lot more, it just becomes a lot easier to try and score some runs.
The first 4 of the Belmont innings as well. So
it's
restricted for 8 overs. You don't dare see that in 2020 cricket, let alone the Newcastle T20 Twilight competition.
Yeah, true. But still, it's still got to keep focused here. They can't lose focus.
And again, he's gone for the big swing. It's not really in the area to be doing that. Needs to be just trying to push past this infield here on the offside and score some runs that way.
Yeah, and with a swing like that, you just never know where the ball's going to go. I mean, if he middles that could go out of the ground.
I know where it's going to go. Straight up in the air.
Straight up in the air?
Out.
But I don't mind that. I don't mind having a go.
And he's had a go then as well, but again, going to find the fielder deep mid-on.
Yeah, that's good running. That was very good running there.
That's the best running we've seen all day from this Belmont side.
I didn't think there was 2 runs there, but misfield down on the boundary there. So that's what they need as well. So far this over, we've got a 4, we've got a 2, I think a single as well. So that's 7. So they're sort of building nicely this over.
Yeah, good awareness really showing them.
Just the 6, okay.
He's gone again. They'll get a quick one. Will he get there? The roll.
Yeah, that's
wasn't really necessary, was it?
No, not really. But well, that's I think it was 7 off the over.
7 from the over, yeah. So 4 for 25.
So if they can somehow manufacture another boundary here, this will be their best over of the innings so far.
Yeah, still looking at that 10 runs and over. So as it goes through his legs, and they'll pick up another one, luckily. I guess more than anything, but they all count at this stage of the game.
They do, yeah. That was a good ball to end the over 2 from Dak, and I think Belmont will get a bit of heart over that, over the fact that they've scored a few runs. So now they need to build on that and try and see if they can get that amount of runs again this over or a few more. And I think Mills is coming back on to bowl again, so this is his 3rd over.
Yeah, Mills, it is in the 11. Lincoln Mills, he's bowling quite well, quite tight. So if they can hold down one end this University side, it's again making it that much tougher for this Belmont side who've come to town to try and steal away a victory from this University side.
Yeah, I think they just need the one big over. If they can get one over where they can possibly get, say, 15 off one over, well then that takes their score up to into the 40s. And if that could happen this over, that will give them a lot of confidence. But let's just see what happens.
So he faces up and he's swung the bat at it and goes straight to the fielder, and they don't go for the single. I thought there could have been a single in that one. They were aware last over. They got the singles everywhere, misfield. But that time opting not to run.
It was actually a nice shot, but straight to the fielder. You just got to try and get past the field. If you can do that, there's a single here every day.
And again, the ball comes in. He's had a swing at that, goes straight through to the keeper.
I mean, how many times have you seen a ball like that, big swing, and go straight over the wicketkeeper's head for 4?
That's right, yeah.
So I've seen that on numerous occasions, and that's what happens when you swing freely. Is you just never know where the ball could go, and you get a top edge and over the wicketkeeper's head, 4 runs.
It's not really a classic cricket shot, but they all count. And again, he's stepped up to that one. He's got it.
That's a good shot.
Fairly square around the corner, and that's going to go all the way for 4.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's where the fielders weren't, and that's where he needs to play.
Yeah, well, their fine leg was up a little bit there, so he's obviously thought to himself, okay, we'll target that area, and the ball was sort of into his body, and he's played that very nicely, actually. That was a very good shot.
Yeah, definitely played along the ground. They normally go up a little bit, don't they?
Yeah.
I think that's why he's probably up a little bit, just for that little catch.
Yeah, and with T20 cricket, as you would know, just watching the game, you've just got to somehow manufacture shots, and we've seen that in the Big Bash League. See, a ball like that, maybe what he should be doing is just trying to guide that one down to third man and just get the single. Like, just get some bat on the ball. That's really all you need to do, is just guide it down to third man, get the single, get a new batsman on strike.
Just keep rotating it, basically, because
it's another dot ball that's just
they've hit the 4. They just need another 4 singles, and they've almost hitting their targets again. But again, another dot ball.
Yeah,
I think 4 runs off the over just won't do it.
No, that's right. And I think you try and hit the ball too hard, you take your eyes off the ball. Whereas if you just sort of knock it around and just get that odd one here, one there, maybe 2.
And he's had a massive swing at that one as well.
So I guess disappointing there. After the over before, they did quite well, but they've sort of gone backwards again now with only, 4 off that over. So it's now 4 for 30.
4 for 30. After 10 overs it is, and at the same time, 4 for 106. So you can see where the collapse started.
Yeah.
For University was around here. They only got a further 28 runs after that.
Yeah. Well, they got 6 wickets in hand. They got 10 and over. Now it really the pressure really starts to come on, and this is where it becomes very difficult when you're chasing down 10 and over every over from now on to over 20.
Here he comes. He stepped up on that one. It's coming around, and it's over the boundary. And that's going to be the first 6 of the Belmont innings. And it was a good one too.
Yeah, great shot. That was a good shot. And that's first ball, 6. And if he can maybe hit another one in this over, and then maybe a couple of singles, and if he can get it a 4, and maybe an over 20 is what they need. They probably need an over 20 right now.
And that would surely set them up for a good chase at the end. And he's gone for that one too. There will be a fielder coming around. Yes, there is. So restricted to the single there, but 7 runs already from this over.
Yeah, but still the right idea though.
Deck has been the most expensive of the University bowlers so far. I mean, they've all been pretty tight.
Yeah. Now, when you're a batsman, you're looking at the field. Okay, there's singles on the leg side. There's singles on the leg side all day. So all he has to do is maybe work it around. That's good running.
That'll do. Nice running, nice anticipation by the man on the non-striker's end.
And I think we've seen a lot of games where teams have been in this position where they're well and truly behind the run rate, but then all of a sudden they start to build momentum and they start to, get their momentum going at the right time. So,
see, Rob Faraday there just talking on the boundaries. And that is high up in the air. The fielders are coming around. There could be a bit of confusion. Oh, and he's dropped it. He's muffed it. It was a hard one, but he's going to have to buy the team a round of beers.
Yes, he got to it well too. He was running and it looked as though he had it covered. But yeah, no, he spilled his lollies there, didn't he? Liam McKechnie's put it down.
McKechnie. They call him the entertainment. Will it be the entertainment tonight when he's buying everyone around at the Hamilton North Bowling Club? Is where their major sponsor actually for the University side.
Yes, well, Luke L. Bird used to actually work behind the bar there, Luke Bird.
There you go.
At the Hamilton North Bowling Club.
Wow.
I walked in there a couple of occasions when my young son was playing cricket at Smith Park, and I think I surprised him a couple of times when I walked in there. But I'm sure he doesn't work there anymore, but Hamilton North Bowling Club, you'll find some of the uni players there, that's for sure.
And they come in now, and he's
good shot.
Got that round the corner, and that is a good shot. That's going to go all the way for 4. So now the Belmont side looking like they're ready for it, looking like they're ready to get back in this match. A quick score check, I guess, from the Australian game. If you're listening in at Bar TV and don't have your big screen on, you've got us blazing there in your lounge room. It's 2 for 29 off 7.5 overs. The Australian team look like they could be in a little trouble. Both Warner and Finch are out.
Yeah, that's the start that they didn't want either. Australia, as we know, Warner and Finch are probably 2 of their better hitters in the team and score runs quickly. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on blokes like Smith Who else is coming in? Of course,
Bailey.
Yeah,
Bailey's
George
in.
Bailey. George. The thing I like about George Bailey is that he's one of those players that can hold the end up, and he can just hit him around. Whilst the likes of Smith and players like the Warners and the Finches, they're the ones that score quickly. So if George Bailey can stay there for most of those overs, Australia would be in for a bit of a chance there.
As we see now, the sight screen just being moved down there. Of course, Newcastle City Council putting that in last year for the Sheffield Shield match that came. Of course, Newcastle not getting a Shield match this year.
Okay, we've got Luke Bird back on in the attack.
He must have...
So Gawthrop just changing his bowlers around, which is a good thing.
And Bird, he was the one that was dangerous, looking to stem the runs here, I
there's-
guess. But that has got through, and that is going to go for 4.
Gone over, so yeah, that's a nice start to this over.
Radnich just went under Radnich. I thought he had it, but the ball kept going. He got a little bit on it and went for 4, so...
Yeah, no, I think he'd be disappointed with that fielding. He probably should have stopped that. But the ball was going fairly quickly. But in this form of the game, you've got to make sure your fielding is first class. Otherwise, you can't allow those sort of runs to be leaked just like that.
So here comes Bird again. And again, finding space. Where were these shots earlier on,
Yeah,
Peter?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on. Is third man, run there all day. So if Luke Bird continues to bowl short, outside off stump, that's all you have to do is just nudge him down to third man, change the strike. If he gives you a chance to maybe bowl a fuller ball that you can hit maybe for 4, well, you take your opportunities when they come along.
So here comes Bird again. That's a nice shot. Oh, that's good handling there. Good fielding. Just popped up into his hand, had a shot. That was Radnich.
Yeah, pick up and throw in the one motion. And I think a lot of the players these days work on that with their fielding too, that it's all about, all in the one motion. Pick the ball up, throw, get it in as quick as you possibly can.
Looked good anyway. So again, Bird back on song. And they've gone for that one too. Straight to the fielder. Up the non-strikers then would have been out if he had it connected. They're going to go for 2. There's overthrows in that. And this is well done by the Belmont side, getting themselves, fighting their way back into this match.
Yeah, with the fielding there, I mean, you had to go for the stumps, no doubt about that. But I think the bowler probably should be back there, trying to cover the stumps. Sometimes we just sort of stand there and watch. When you're a bowler, in that situation, you've got to sort of make an effort to get back to the stumps if you can, to try and help with the run out.
And again, they'll go for the quick single.
Now this is good. I like this now because they're starting to rotate the strike, get the singles, and they're scoring a few runs per over. And as we know, the runs can build up, and when it comes down to the last 5 overs of the game, it could be very interesting.
Yes, the captain Gawthrop coming in there and having a chat to his bowler Bird.
I think he's bowling okay. There's no problems with the bowling. It's just that they're finding some quick singles.
Yeah, well, the shot selection's a lot better at this stage as well. That one, not so much.
Yeah, that was right up pretty much in the block hole, just about that one. Not much you could do with a ball like that, unless you might get a bit of pad on that. It might sort of go down the leg side, but no, that was a good ball to end the over. So that wasn't such a bad over for Belmont. What have they got? They got, is it 8 or 9 overs left now?
Yeah, they've got 9 overs left, I think, and we'll talk to our boundary rider down there, who's actually not riding the boundary at the moment, but he's sitting in the stands. How's the crowd down there, Benny?
Well, it's not. They're not very excited at the moment, but I'm sure if Belmont can fight back here, it's going to get very exciting. Because what are they? 54 now off 12 overs, so they got 8 overs left, and probably need about 10 and over. So Gareth, it's going to be interesting if these two can put on a few more runs.
Well, if you're out in the middle, Ben, what's your go-to shot? What are you going to do to get the Belmont side back in this?
Well, I'd be going down the ground over mid-wicket, that area, because the wind, there's a wide, the wind is right behind the Belmont players going down the ground, so that's where I'd be going.
Very good. There you go. First from our boundary rider, Ben Homer, of course. Ben, are you playing cricket at the moment? I know you're right into it.
Yes, I'm playing third and fourth grade. I've been playing third and fourths for uni this year.
Oh, I thought so. So you're not going to be scoring over mid-wicket for the Belmont side. That's a ruse.
No, I'll be nicking it through to the keeper.
Very good. Thanks very much, Ben. Love your work down there. Ben Homer, our boundary rider.
Do you realise why boundary riders get their jobs?
Why's that?
It's because normally they're no good at playing cricket, so they go on the boundary.
No,
he's boundary riders, but
he's a talented young man, our Ben Homer.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. No, it's good to see he's playing, and I'm sure that that's what we want. We want blokes out there playing cricket on a weekend, and obviously during the midweek as well. And it's hats off to all the players too, by the way. I mean, it's not easy to go to work all day and then rush from your workplace to come and play cricket. So I think a lot of the players in the competition should be applauded for the fact that they can make their time to come and play these sort of games.
So Radnich has the ball of the Market Town end, and he's gone for that one down the ground, and it's going to clear the boundary, and that's a good 6 there.
Yeah, that's a good shot, and I think that's where he plays his shots the best, is down the ground. And if he can keep that up, this run rate's starting to go up now. And as we say, it's at least 10 per over. So there's 6 of them in this over. So, and we've also had a wide as well. So, that adds to the score too. So I think as the bowler, Michael Ratnich, he just needs to, get back to his lines.
Nice shot there too. Man in the deep. Whips it in.
And obviously with the field, spread a bit more, particularly on the leg side, there's a lot of singles now on the leg side. So what do they score? They scored 8 runs this over so far. So even if they get another 3 or 4 singles, that gets them up to that 10, 11 for this over.
And he has pumped that down the ground as well, and it is a 4. Good effort out there by the University fielder, but getting through there.
Yeah, Lee McKechnie did a good job there to get to that ball, but it was hit so well that it just beat him across the boundary, unfortunately for Uni. But this is the over. This is the one that they needed to really start to gain momentum, and if they can continue to keep doing this could be an interesting game.
Oh, that's a nice shot as well. Finding the gap. They'll get 2 for that. So that's a bonus. And Radnich proving pretty expensive there.
Yeah, it was for Uni, expensive over.
They do lack, I guess, a spin, that spin option here, I guess, the University side.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because, Uni probably hasn't had a good spinner for quite some time, and I'm sure they'd be kind of looking out for one, and there may be some younger players in their ranks, down below, maybe in the lower grades. So, there's obviously a lot of young players around at the moment, so that is probably one thing they do lack, but...
Yeah, speaking of young players for the University side, Ben, are you with us down there at the moment, and can you bowl spin? He's not listening to us, okay. That will be coming off his rate. In any case, well, we'll get the word out to Ben that maybe he should take some spin bowling, because that's what they're looking for. He's very, very good mathematician, Ben, as well, so
yeah,
be able to play the angles.
Now, speaking of spin, this could be the option here for Uni. As I said before, just takes the pace off the ball a little bit, and as a batsman, I think you just got to maybe think about where you're going to score your runs. But certainly, the way this field looks, there's a lot of players on the offside. It's a lot of runs on the leg side here, so that's what you'll be looking at.
Michael Reese, it is, with the ball in hand.
Yeah, so this is the other thing with the over now. This is where they need to cash in big time. With the slower bowler on, this is where they could probably try and get the maximums, if they can. Certainly get the 6, maybe a 4 in this over. Try and get their 10.
He's bowled that short. It's beat the bat. Put a bit of extra pace on that ball there. The young spinner there, Reese. And, yeah, just varying his length a little bit too. This is good smart bowling from the spinner here. Good change
by
the captain, Gawthrop.
Yeah, and now the the batsmen obviously have to make a decision here. Where are they going to try and score this next run?
Oh, he's put a bit of flight on that, but it's going down the ground. Is it going to be caught on the boundary? Oh, and he's kept it in. That is a great effort on the boundary there. Tim Prescott, the captain.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Those are the sort of the efforts you need when you're in a situation where they're trying to score as many runs as they possibly can. And there you go. He saved 6 runs there easily.
That could have saved the match there. Oh, he's just got a bit of bat on that, but that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. Unlucky there for the bowler.
Okay, nothing on that. That was a wide.
I thought he got a bit of bat on it.
No, he missed it. Missed everything.
Saw a deviation in the air anyway. Well, that's the wicketkeeper's shout.
So he's going to have to re-bowl that one. But that was probably the best fielding we've seen so far in this game, without any doubt whatsoever.
And as we look at the replay here, it's all the way down the ground. And there it is. Boom. Kept it in.
Yeah, outstanding.
Nice effort.
And as a fielder out in the boundary like that, you're in 2 minds where you need to go, because you've also got the boundary line there too. So you're wondering where the boundary line is. So there's a lot of stuff going through your mind when it's coming to you like that. And I think that was an excellent piece of fielding.
Yeah, tremendous. You won't see anything better than that anywhere in T20 cricket. I think around the world we've seen some absolute rippers here in this NDCA T20 Twilight competition, brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank.
Well, I tell you what a catch it would have been if he caught that. That would have been an excellent catch.
Oh,
would have been outstanding.
It would have made highlights reels all around the world.
Yeah, well, we would have certainly replayed that a few times, I would imagine. But yeah, outstanding job. So what have we got? 6 overs left.
78 runs. It is still doable. Definitely within the reach now. A couple of very good overs in this middle section here for the Belmont side.
So if they can still work on that 10 and over, I think as batsmen out there right now, what you've got to say to yourself is, okay, we've still got the 10. We've just got to keep working the 10 and see if we can try and keep on track here. Otherwise, you know. And those are the sort of shots that are going to do it for you. One straight over
nice
like that.
shot there. So the target's about 54. It's just been reduced to 48 there. What a great shot off the bowling of Dak, who has been a little bit uninspiring here today.
Yeah, well, it wasn't such a bad ball. It was just a very good shot. So, you know, if it was a really ordinary ball, well, fair enough, but he's pitching it up well.
Yes, the Belmont batters have...
He might be out this time, though.
This time. Yeah, he's gone for it. He's gone for the shot. Really had to start playing the shots, and they have. And that is a good wicket there from Dak. Out in the deep.
Yeah, no. Well, he had to try it. He had to go again, and unfortunately this time he just didn't quite get onto it. But I think he did a pretty good job there to get his team back into this game. So now it's up to, I think it's Jace Lawson. This might be coming in now. Jace is a very experienced cricketer. So here's the replay of this wicket.
As we look at it now, yeah, pretty regulation catch there. Goes down with the ball, Bird. He's had a pretty good game, Bird. Impressed with his bowling, impressed with his batting as well.
Yeah.
And he's taken a catch too.
Yeah, and he had plenty of time to think about that one. I know that a lot of players always say that they'd rather a catch come straight to you quickly because they haven't got time to think about it. But when you're on the boundary like that, you can see the ball coming. And the other thing too is the pink ball too. So it's a different colour coming towards you. But I think
it's like the 80s coming straight at you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, exactly.
It's like George, Michael and Wham just all at once in your face. Nice shot there to get a single there from Lawson. Again, as you mentioned, an experienced batter who looked to rotate the strike earlier on. And
yeah, I think that's him now on strike now because they would have crossed.
That's right, they did cross.
Yeah, they crossed over.
My mistake, Peter.
No, you're right.
I'm full of them.
Yeah, me as well. Well, that's okay.
Talk about the cricketers being rusty.
Now, let's see what transpires here. Just a few field changes here too. Still plenty of opportunities on the leg side. There's a fair gap at mid-wicket too, so if you can get one over in that direction.
Yeah, mid-wicket's the spot, as our esteemed colleague Ben told us, but They'll take that as well. Don't know if he got bat on that.
That's good running, though. That's very good running.
Yeah, ball comes in and
no, leg by. It's a leg
take
by.
two.
So no bat on that one, but a leg by. They all count at the end of the day. And when you're chasing 132 with 5 and a bit overs left to go, you don't mind that.
So they're going to need some...
Yeah, well, mid-wicket, it's got to be the place where you've got to be targeting.
Some big runs here and go straight back at the bowl. They'll pick up a single or maybe two if they're quick.
No, just the one there. Now the field will change again.
Faraday will push back. And he does. And here comes Dak again. Getting a wicket in this over. And something's been called out from Bird, I think.
Yeah, it's too many men out. That could have been a no ball.
Costly.
Yes. So that was very very good of him to see that.
Very astute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Calling that. I had the ball bowled, but anyway, here he comes again to re-bowl the dead ball.
Yeah,
he's
good
missed
ball.
that one.
Anyway, got a wicket in that over, so that was a pretty good over. But still, we've got the 5 overs left. And what are we looking at runs wise here? Quick mathematics.
There's 44 runs, I think.
Okay. So we've still got that 10. Still looking at that 10 per over, which is it's been pretty much like that for the last
since about the 10th over, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. So
pretty much from the halfway point, they've been looking at 10 and over, and they're getting it.
Yeah. Well, in some cases, if they could get another big over, it'll take the pressure off them.
And could this
be
a
little bit? But this is again is another opportunity here with a slower bowler on to try and cash in here and maybe get some extra runs.
Yeah, definitely. Rees is the man they've got to target now. They did a good job of getting some runs off Dak, but he came back with a wicket that last over.
Now we're just moving the sight screen here. Just a bit of break in play at this stage. That seems to be right now. Now this should be an interesting over.
So they're wide all around the batter. They haven't got...
Yeah, no, there's again a lot of deep fielders on the leg side, which is not surprising.
And that's where he hits it, but he hits it along the ground, coming in for a single.
Yeah, probably just needs to keep bowling that length as well for this over. Don't bowl anything short here, because if he does that...
Well, he mixed it up earlier on, didn't he? In that first over he bowled, he had some success, but...
Yeah, and that's the thing with spin bowling too in these games. You just got to mix it up.
Well, he's put that one a little bit slower that time, so still the variation. He's confident, isn't he, young Rees?
Yeah, well, I think just going on that shot, I think what's happening here is I think the responsibility is come down to the more experienced player here. So let's just see if we can get a boundary in this ball.
And it looks like it's going towards the fielder, and that's a catch. And that is out on the boundary. They took the spinner on, but they unsuccessfully did it, and it's a wicket.
Yeah, straight to him. He couldn't have really picked that fielder out any better than that, Jace Lawson. And I think he'd be disappointed with that, because he would have been looking to try and bat out the rest of the innings. But sometimes it just happens where you just don't quite time the ball. And here's the replay. It was another good ball, though.
Yeah, we look at it here. It's not a terrible shot, but straight down the fielder's throat.
Yeah, no, good shot. It was a good shot in the circumstances, and good catch by Liam McKechnie on the boundary there. And you would have noticed he was looking behind him to see where the line was, and that's the big thing when you're right on the boundary. You've got to know where that boundary line is.
Yeah, so good captaincy here by Gawthorpe. He's brought the spinner on, stemmed the tide of runs as well from the junction end. So let's see what they can do. It's Cook. Come out to bat. Just missed timing that. He's sending back. Could be close. Oh, not the best throw coming in. Reese had to do a big dive there to stop the overthrows, and he did well.
Had to get back quick, didn't he? It's really hard when you come in at this time of the game too, when you know that there's still 10 and over, and as a new batsman, you've just got to just knock it around for maybe a few balls, but you just haven't got the luxury of knocking too many around just for singles. You've got to start looking for the boundaries.
He's giving it a bit of flight here, this spinner. I like that. I like that in spinner.
He's bowling pretty well. I mean, this is what you want from your spinner. You just want him to vary the ball around, vary his pace, and if you can do that, be fairly successful.
Oh, that's out wide, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. Nice shot.
Yeah, that's probably been his worst ball, that one. And as I said there, out on that leg side, if you bowl out there with limited fielders out there, that's what happens to you. But that was probably a disappointing end to a very good over. So it's now 6 for 95, Gareth. And we've got, 4 overs left?
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
10 off the over. They're still tracking at that 10 runs and over.
Well, if you can continue doing that, it could come down to the last over here, which will make things very exciting for the people that have turned up here today. And I mean, that's what you want T20 cricket to be like too, fairly exciting towards the end.
And that's going to be called a wide, is it? No, he might have got a little flick off the pad.
Yeah, must have been something there, like a bit of pad, bit of thigh pad. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see if Dak, he got a wicket his last over. He's come back. He went for a few runs early on, but he got the much needed wicket, I guess, of the Belmont player. Well, it's popped back up. I'll take a single for that. Just the one?
Just the one there. Just the one. Probably a miss-hit shot there. Didn't really want that ball to go there, but...
Well, there's so much space.
Yeah.
Isn't there really? So they can definitely run around.
Yeah, well, there's plenty, as I said, plenty of singles on that side of the ground there. So if they can look to maybe just work a few singles, but still you've got to get the boundaries as well.
Nice shot there as well. That's going to go to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, that's 4 more runs, and that's what you need to do. Is somehow they've just got to find a way of getting these 10 runs per over, and that's already 5 off this over.
So they're halfway there.
Yeah, Dak would be probably, he probably would be a little bit disappointed with the way he's bowled today. I mean, I think he's bowled okay. It's just that they've obviously just taken a bit of a liking to just where he's pitching the ball, and I think it's happened to a lot of good bowlers over the years.
And he's definitely coming to the stage where they had to start getting runs, and unfortunately he was up the other end when they started to turn it on, and they've certainly turned it on. Oh, a big swing there, and unlucky. Had it connected, it would have been all the way over in the number 2 there.
Yeah, well,
would have probably kicked a goal.
Absolutely, and I think coming into today's game, University would have been fairly confident of beating Belmont. But with Uni losing so many wickets late in their innings, it kind of I thought brought Belmont back into the game. So, and all it takes is just a bit of luck to go their way, and this should come down to the last over. Yeah,
and again a nice little single taken by the Belmont, just rotating the strike, just keeping calm under pressure here at number 1 Sports Ground. Of course, it is the Commonwealth Bank T20 Twilight competition for the NDCA here in Newcastle. If you're tuning in, don't forget to like us on Facebook at Bar TV Sports, and of course, get in the game at Bar TV Sports if you want to add the conversation. He's danced down the pitch there.
There should be 2 there.
Didn't really get what he wanted on it, but got a couple for his pleasure.
Rightio, so that makes it 6 for 103 with 3 overs to go. So still the 10.
Still 10 off the over.
Still the 10.
So they're tracking well. They're getting what they need. I'd like to see them get 15 off this just to make it interesting.
Well, as a batting team, in this stage of the game, you start to back yourself. You think to yourself, okay, all we need is just a little bit of luck to go our way, and we've got the spinner coming back on here now. And this is where, in the stage of this game, where they need to take a few little risks here with the spinner. So maybe just come down the track to him and just, force him into bowling something a little bit different. That's a good ball.
Yeah, nice ball there, tossing it up. Plenty of custard on that one, and comes down.
You just can't afford dots right now. It's even if you just hit and run, just get one single and just rotate the strike.
And again,
that could be out.
Oh, has he got it? I thought he may have put it down. No, he's caught it.
Yeah, good catch.
Caught it in the deep again. Holing out. Just going for it. Didn't really need to take that shot. I thought maybe could have pushed around single and waited for the right ball there.
I would have thought that would have been probably the best way to go, but it's easy to sit up here and say what you think you should.
It is.
Should be doing.
It's very easy
when you're out there facing the bowling, and as we know, he's bowled quite well. So and when you've got 10 and over, you've got to, as I said before, you've just got to try and take the risks. And I mean that could have went wide of the fielder there.
Could have gone over his head.
Well, anything could have happened there. So.
Up at the old scoreboard up there, the magnificent old scoreboard here at number 1. Oh, it could be trouble here, but no, Bird doesn't hang on to that one.
Yeah, just a misfield there. Could have been a run-out opportunity. So now it comes down to the fact that
they've just got to throw the bat at it, I think, from now.
Yeah, this over is becoming...
Oh, that's the quicker ball, and that was a very good option there. Good ball. Summed it up well. Yeah. Got the batsman swinging straight in the wicket-keeper's glove.
It's probably just varied the pace on that. That was a bit quicker.
So here he comes again. He's gone for that one. They
should go for 2.
Head it off. Yes, they will go for 2, and they'll get 2 easily. Nice work there by the Belmont side. Keeping themselves in this match ever so slightly. Still, we've seen stranger things happen in the T20 format. He's gone for that one again too.
This could be out.
Yeah, that's out. Straight down his throat there. Holing out in the deep again. And that was another wicket. So the spinner here, Reese, he's come on and he's definitely made the difference.
He certainly has. He has made a huge difference to this game. And it's good to see spinners doing so well in this form of the game now. As I was talking about much earlier in our coverage, that they were worried about when T20 cricket came in that it was going to be the death of the spinners and slower bowlers. In actual fact, it's probably gone the other way.
The rejuvenation, really, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's sort of turned it around for the slower bowlers. And look, he's got no option to do that sort of stuff and have a go. You just can't be there. Trying to, you can push the singles, but singles are just not good enough at this stage.
So then about 12 and a half and over here.
There's a single.
It's definitely not out of the question. Nice little single taken. So let's see.
Well, I think it just comes down to now either you swing or just get out. That's where it sort of comes down to at this stage of the game now with not that many overs left.
Well, let's see them swing. Oh, the big swing there, and not getting anywhere near the ball, but going down gallantly if they can do it. That's what they want to do. Look at the shoulders on him. He can certainly throw a bat around.
Yeah, well, if he can get onto one of these, it could go all the way. Good ball.
Yeah, nice ball. Straight in the block hole. Had to dig it out and went straight back to the bowler there. Lincoln Mills.
Yeah, I just look at this score now, and the first thing I think of is Belmont's start. That's where it all comes down for me. They just got off to a really slow start.
Well, they haven't played that badly, have they? Really? If you look at the second lot of 10 overs here.
Yeah, no, I thought they've done pretty well considering they've come into this game. They would have been certainly underdogs. University, the reigning champs in T20 Newcastle cricket. And they've come in, obviously Uni got off to a bit of a flyer, and then they've pegged them back, which was a fantastic effort.
Oh, big swing, no ding.
And then what happened was Belmont came into bat, and that's when they needed to take advantage of that good work they did with their bowling. But what happened was they lost a couple of quick wickets too early, and then their run rate was too slow. And then when it comes down to this part of the game, you're starting to really chase your tail.
Yeah, under pressure, but credit to the University side's bowling. It was very tight early on, especially from Bird.
And that's worked out a pretty good over there for University too. I think it just goes to show the importance of the power play overs in this T20 cricket.
You've really
stuff.
got to try and hit it early on, don't you? And
Yeah.
get it over the head of the fielders. But then again, if you're bowling tight like University have, it's going to create wickets. And we saw Jack Norton early on trying to, hit it as belt the cover off it, but
Yeah, that's
that
right.
pink cover wasn't coming off anywhere.
And the thing about University is they've got enough depth to bring bowlers like Luke Bird back on at this stage of the game, where he can really tighten you up and try and put the pressure on you to try and get runs. And right now they're chasing, 25 to win?
Yeah, 25 to win here.
I mean, it's not impossible. It's not in the realms of possibility this could happen, but it just makes it harder when you have someone like Luke Bird coming into the attack.
Yes, he's very, very tight early on. A very balanced run, isn't he? When he comes into bowl, it's going to be close. Oh, not out there. Had to dive.
And as you can see, Gareth, with the light here too, the game, it's so important that the players get through their overs quickly, because it does get very dark very quickly this time of the year. So it's good the lights are on, and they are certainly helping out a bit.
If didn't use the lights last year, well, that one's come up and flicked up at him. They'll take a run for that. As it's flicked out, there's more runs in that if you can get the gears round, chuck the U-turn and get back up the end of the pitch, and he does. So well done there to the Belmont side, just keeping them in it. Oh, the score was 8 for 1,011 there, and the game was over. It's really 8 for 111. Oh, that's a good ball there, straight on the stumps, and Bird has shown why he's probably going to be man of the match here today in the T20 Twilight competition.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what you got to do when you're bowling at the death, as they say. Is you just got to bowl like that. And as soon as he came on to bowl, I knew it was going to be extremely difficult for Belmont to get the rest of these runs. I mean, they've done pretty well. I think they've given it a really good shake here today. It's just that coming back to the early stages, and here's the replay of that ball.
Yeah, he's got a great run up, hasn't he, really?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're the batsman in that situation. That's what you need to do. You just have a swing and hope for the best. If you connect, happy days. But if you miss, well, it could be all over for you. In that case, that was the situation there. So now it comes down to the fact that really a bit of luck might come Belmont's way here. One might fly over the keeper's head, something like that. But I wouldn't like to be coming in as a batsman right now to try and score the rest of these runs.
It was Keys coming in now. Let's see what he's got. Maybe he's got all the shots in the kit bag. He's had a big swing at that, and that was called the miss.
Yeah, swing and miss. The old swing and the miss.
Just getting his eye in.
Yeah, well, you don't get a lot of chance to do that when you come in at this stage of the game. It's
last
just
in.
Either hit or get out. And that's what he needs to do, is hit or get out.
He's got the glasses on.
But I must say that Belmont have batted. This is the 19th over.
Equal. Oh, he's hit that up high, and it's going to find the gap, is it? Yes, it is. Well done.
I'll get 2
off
for
the
that one.
mark, 2. Oh, but he's going to get run out there, so that's going to be the end of the innings. And unfortunately, Belmont come up short. It's 9 for 111. And University win with a score of 132. And Peter, what are your thoughts on the game quickly?
Well, my thoughts is I thought the game early on for University, it looked as though they were going to score 180, 190, and it was a great comeback from the Belmont bowlers. I thought they bowled extremely well in the second half of the innings to restrict them to 132. I just think with the run chase, it was just those wickets early on. The run rate was too slow, and then it just puts a lot of pressure on the batsmen coming in later on in the innings. So if Belmont were to go off to a lot quicker start, things may have been a little bit different here, but I think they've done pretty well considering. And our uni, of course, moves on, and tomorrow, of course, we've got another big game, Merriweather up against Charlestown.
Yeah, Merriweather versus Charlestown tomorrow, same place, 5 o'clock If you want to tune in to Bar TV Sports, of course, get to the ground if you can. It's a great day for the family. Great afternoon for the kids, sorry. It's free entry. You know, there's steaks, there's everything here. It's great. If you can't, tune into Bar TV at Bar TV Sports on YouTube. We are streaming live all the Twilight T20 competition. I believe Ben Homer. Ben, thanks for joining us down there. How you going? You got anyone for us?
I'm good. Hey, Steve, are you good to have a chat for a sec? I've got Uni's coach, Steve Taylor. Steve,
thanks, mate.
Steve, good win there tonight. Good start to the T20 Twilight competition. How did you think the game went and the season so far for Uni?
Good win, and I think that we started our innings and didn't finish it the way we wanted to. Certainly, we began our great partnership between Christopher and Bailey.
Yes, unfortunately there, the wind is playing havoc with the comms down there. It's an absolute windy day, but again, great effort by the university side. Thanks very much for joining us, Peter Davies. Of course, you can catch Peter on 2HD for his talkback show on Sunday.
Yeah, 8 till 11. Tune in, give us a call, and I'll be out here on Thursday umpiring the Cardiff game. They're up against Newcastle City, so I want you guys here in Bar TV to be very, very kind to me, okay, on Thursday.
We're always kind to the umpires up here. We love what they do. So tune in tomorrow, Bar TV Sports, for the T20 Twilight competition for the NDCA, of course, brought to you by Commonwealth Bank. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gareth Wazix.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming, basketball,
Netball,
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
and you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.